Okay, we are live. What is good, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy FightNightsFinest, the Super Commentator. Welcome you to another live stream on a Tuesday, of course at 8 o'clock. Well, it ain't 8 o'clock, it's technically 8:10. But you guys know how I am. I'm always late for some odd reason. Fight Night can't ever just seem to be on time. 10 minutes late though, not bad. Compared to usual, we'll start like at 8:30 or something weird like that. So it was a lot better of a start today, and as the title says, we're gonna work with some offensive time and some offensive pacing. Because in all honesty, I've been watching some of my matches. I've looked back at the feedback that you guys give me, as look at my damn laptop charger. What a bad way to start the stream. I'm looking like, what the hell is this thing? The next thing you know, I'm in the middle of streaming, and then boop, laptop goes off, and that's the end of the stream. Well, I have to reboot back up the stream. So, sorry if you guys hearing a lot of noise right now. Give me a second though. See, we ain't technically ready. We're not technically ready. Alright, now we're here. Oh, you guys are already here. So 1 hour actually made the stream this time. What's up, Marble? What's up, Gamer Sports Weed, aka CeeLo? You know I want you. I'll in a few minutes though. Do some fights first. Okay. Need to get warmed up anyway. So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm glad to see you guys are less like here instantly, right then and there. So yeah, that really makes me feel good to know people are right here when it's time to stream, man. It means a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and try to warm up a little bit, work on that offensive timing and offensive pacing. In the terms of what I mean by working on offenses, sometimes I get on that autopilot mode where I shouldn't be. I haven't used Chavez in a while. Yeah, why not? I haven't used Chavez in a minute, so we're gonna go ahead with the boy Chavez. Just to let anybody know who's new to the stream, I know Marba, haven't seen you here many times, but I'm gonna reply to your comment. I reply to them as soon as I can or as soon as I see them, but YouTube has a delay in between the stream and when I see your comment. So I answer the comment and you may hear it a bit later than when you type it. So that's just for anybody who's watching the stream that's not used to it, or anybody who plays this back and doesn't really understand how the whole streaming thing goes. But let me get to the story behind why I want to work on my offensive timing and pacing. One of my hugest criticisms as a fighter is that I'm too aggressive, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with throwing often and trying to hurt your opponent with the punches that you throw. But sometimes I throw kind of reckless, or for the no point intended. So that's the thing I really want to work on here today is pacing. As to when exactly it is I choose to throw my punches, and only throwing when that's quite needed to be. Just being patient and trying to adjust. So early on, it's round number 1. You guys know the usual game plan. That's not going to change whether I'm fighting somebody new or fighting somebody different. Try to establish that jab and try to see what it is that my opponent does. Try to fill them out, see what it is that they do well, what it is that they like to do. I'm going to go ahead and see if this guy's gonna be one of those people that go out there and put out their entire arsenal right from the beginning, or if they're a person who likes to set things up. So one thing we're taking note of is the fact that he steps a lot. He's playing defensive, which is cool, and he's also landed a lot. We haven't done the greatest job defensively so far, but that's okay. My main combination I'm looking for is jab, right hook. You might have seen me use that a few times already. That's counter punch. You found that one very well. So this is what I mean with pacing. It's easy to kind of catch timing for me. But it's also made easy to see when I can catch this guy in this time. So the way he's dropping his hands, the first thing I'm taking note of is the fact that he drops his hands in order to try to catch, throw me into a counter. So it's like setting a trap, which is, a high level technique. Not many fighters do that, but we can also set counters of our own. So we turn up the pace a little bit more. and we was able to catch him with some nice counters. When he does that, I'm just going to work the body, which would be the adjustment for him dropping his hands. When you see a fighter just dropping their hands like that, you kill the stamina by going downstairs to the body. So we're getting those time counters now. Everything is going well, and this is turned into, you know, earlier it was him going on and doing his thing in the fight. And now that we got his timing down, now that we got everything down, we're able to catch some nice counters. Alright, what up, Red Eye? Welcome to the stream, man. This nigga Black. Already, man. Just got in the stream and already started. Well, that's the homie DJ Black, man. What's good, man? So we basically figured out everything that we need to figure out about this guy. Marble said he got the second subscriber fight after CeeLo. You know, CeeLo's the usual. He's just gonna fight every stream, which is fine. And CeeLo have some good wars, put on some great sim fights. You know, the challenge is for him this week to see if he can outbox me. That was some nice counters from him right there. All good though. There we go. Nice super punch combination up top. Just watch to see he's gonna keep doing that little step thing because he's trying to get a little counter out of it. He's trying to set that trap. We're not gonna fall into that. Either that or, like I said, we're gonna work downstairs to the bottom. I feel like if we set our combinations downstairs and then come up top, there won't be much he can handle. See, like right there, he got popped, looking for that counter. Stayed on him. The best thing to do probably might be to stay aggressive and stay in his chest. This way he has no room to counter. See how this works out. Now round 2 is kind of like a test round basically for me to see what adjustments it is that I want to make. And what adjustments he's capable of. And in round 3 we put it all together. Him doubling up them uppercuts. I wanted to talk about that. You know, a lot of fighters on this game especially like to use that uppercut. I mean, I'm a fan of the uppercut. I love using the uppercut. It's actually my favorite punch in boxing. But the reason it's my favorite punch in boxing is because it's also the most dangerous punch. It hits the hardest. It does a lot of damage. I mean, each fighter individually has a punch that is their favorite and also they're very good at. Like Joe Frazier had the left hook. Razor Rudolph had the uppercut. You know, the Klitschko's have the straight. Muhammad Ali has the jab. So a lot of different fighters have what it is that they do best. How you gonna call third sub fight? Just saying. But every fighter has what it is that they do the best. But what we're seeing, you know, with especially when you play Fight Night, is the fact that a lot of people like to throw that uppercut. But if you look at especially a lot of guys in the pros, most people don't use uppercuts. And when they do use uppercuts, it's not that often. Like Keith Thurman has a wonderful 45-degree uppercut. It's a beautiful punch that he delivers. But the uppercut is so dangerous, and a lot of fighters don't have that confidence to throw the uppercut because it also leaves you quite open to come back with other punches. So when I see fighters up on here just using the uppercut and, you know, using that as a lead, it just, I sit there and I look at it like, hey, you know, you really don't know what it is that you're doing. Uppercut should never really be used as a lead. You know, set it up with the jab, set it up with the right hand. I mean, if you're in tight real close, like now, or, you know, fighters getting too close to you, make a statement with that uppercut. But basically, you should be leading off with either your jab or your left hook. That's just basic boxing. So when you see a guy doing that, yeah, you know he doesn't know what he does. Also, you see a lot of fighters come throwing that straight right hand lead all the time, as, you know, their straight basically replaces their jab. Especially if you're not fighting a southpaw, you shouldn't really be doing that. For anybody who really watches boxing knows the weakness for a southpaw is that right hand, which is also orthodox fighter's most dangerous tool. But you see a lot of guys out here that just like to lead off with a straight right. Straight right should never be a replacement. We're gonna hit the comment section up in a bit, but right now let's keep pressing this guy, man. He's landing some nice counters, but it's nothing I'm worried about. Trying to track him down. think that was a good round for us as well. Yeah. It's good, Nuggy. Welcome to the stream, man. Look at all the homies from League coming out to support you, boy. Reese, what's up, man? Oh, those Skype messages. I know, right? That's how he's going. That nigga's destroyed. Your voice is a little low. Okay. Got people on Skype here just messing up the call. I mean, messing up the stream. So we're doing well. That's 2 rounds to his 1. I'm over here looking at the scorecard for a second. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, he won the second round. We won the first round and the third, that last round. The second round, that's the round when he landed quite a bit of counters, and I kind of got off the offensive focus. Tried also pressuring him a lot and saw how that worked. So basically what we just learned is that boxing with him and just being good defensively is what's going to be the best thing for us to go. The best route to travel in this fight. Damn. That counter though. More basic 1-2. Pacquiao's got the speed advantage. That's another thing we have to worry about. You know, whatever he leads off with, we got to come back with something really powerful. This way we can deal with that. He also has the strength advantage, 97 strength, compared to my 92. But Chavez can hang. We can hang. Get a counter of our own. Oh, that straight right in. No, that left. That straight left. And you see, the thing I like about this guy is that most people don't know how to use Pacquiao in this game. A lot of the lower guys that come up and just start playing the game, they want to use Pacquiao for the most part. But a lot of fighters don't know how to use Pacquiao. He knows how to use him. He's taking advantage of the speed. He's taking advantage of the strength. We're going to take advantage of him, though. Start increasing this output a bit. This way we can limit those counters. That was a good round for him, though. Kind of got caught up with a lot of the stuff. Them Skype toes, though, right? No, that's not your computer, Marble. That was me. Nah, I'm no popular guy, Nuggy. That was all you, man. We're doing good stamina-wise. We just need to focus on not doing the things that not giving him what it is that he does well. We gotta take that away. Look at this. Let's play a little game with him. It's like basically land a good shot downstairs and then step out and just watch to see how many times he's gonna step after that. Oh snap! He's sitting down on his punches a bit. Okay. You want to get outboxed? We can gladly oblige you with that. I want him to walk into one of these counters. Okay, the dude's literally just stepping the step. It's not a time counter. That's when you doesn't. Yeah, sorry about that though. We should be good though now. Motherfucker, XSplit just decided to shut down today. Let me know if the stream is back up though. Like I said, we should be good now though. No, that wasn't you, Marble. That was on my end. We took a couple of counters towards the end of that round. Trying to get the XSplit back up, so that might have been a round he wins, but we're gonna make sure he doesn't win nothing else. He ain't getting no more freebies. He gonna earn it. He gonna earn this ass. We ready for him. Good clean right hand across the middle. There we go, counter right. That's how you time a counter, man. You look for what it is that he's doing. When he comes with it, then you just step to the side and wham. Oh, right in the face. You see you trying to step out. Time you leave them hands down, we're gonna have something lined up for you. Gotta catch him on the back end now. By the back end, I mean wait for him to finish his little offensive attack and then come right at him with something. That's how you break a guy down. All day, all the time. And bam, somebody please teach this man some defense. It was the right hook. After several combinations, backing him down into the corner, and down he goes. And that's the blueprint for success. Just wait for him to keep stepping, and once he put those hands down, take advantage of all that bad defense he has. Let me know if the stream is good now, though, guys. Anybody who's watching. Seems like he's playing a lot more defensive this round. Either he's trying to recover his stamina or he just... I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, I thought the round changed for a second after the knockdown. My fault. So going into the 7th round now, we basically figured out everything that we needed to figure out. We're applying the game plan nicely, and now we're looking to end this. This is the first time we really see him, like, you know, not really throwing much. Yeah, he's scared. He wants to just fight on the outside now. Instead of going for the knockout and chasing this guy, let's play with him a little longer. Let's see. I think he's broken offensively, though. After the offensive slaughter we gave him last time, I don't think he wants no more of this. And the funny thing was, you know, it should make him want to press the action because the reason he got knocked down was because he was on the back foot. Alright, Reese, that's what's up. Good looking out. A bit laggy now also. See, this is a guy who's broken though. Look at the difference between how he was fighting a round ago and after how he's fought after the knockdown. There's a man who does not want another knockdown to occur to him. We're gonna do it real patiently too. We're just gonna watch. We're gonna wait. We're gonna play defense, and we're gonna let him come towards us. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point he's losing the fight pretty bad. Doubles up the straight left hand. That's a nice little count technique right there. He should really think before he does this. Like, do you really want to engage in an offensive fight after what just happened here? I can't believe that hit me from there. I looked at that like, this man with the go-go gadget arm gonna hit me from all the way the other side of the ring after I went for that jab. What's he doing? Yeah, this is a fighter who's broken. I just like the difference of how a fighter goes after they get knocked down on this game to how they were a few seconds ago. See, the thing was he needs to try to avenge that knockdown, but he needs to do it smartly. we basically got this fight in a bag. If he wants this fight, he's going to have to come win it. And he definitely needs a knockdown to win. With a 4-point advantage, only 3 rounds left, he's pretty much, his goose is pretty much cooked. Unless if he comes up with something different. And this is why it's so important not to be one-dimensional as a fighter too, because now you're seeing a guy who can only fight on the outside and counterpunch. That he can't do that now. And the fact of the matter is, Pacquiao's not even a counterpuncher, but he's fighting with a brawler-slash inside fighter. We see now Pacquiao nowadays getting up on his toes a little bit more, but he's fighting with a brawler-slash inside fighter on the outside and trying to counterpunch, and that's not his strategy. Like with Chavez, he's an inside fighter, so for the most part in the entire fight, especially when I decided to put forth that offense, that's where we've been, is on the inside. You see him not fighting and taking advantage of what his fighter is, which is an inside fighter. We're not seeing that right now. I mean, a brawler. We're not seeing that right now. We're seeing a guy who, you know, he's gun shy because he got hurt. You can clearly outbox this guy, so that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm not going to waste my time trying to chase him around the ring. When knockout comes, knockout comes. We'll go for that in the 10th. Now he's making the proper adjustment. You know, you lose in the fight, come forward. There we go. Knock down again. Here it comes. Favorite line. Jab, right uppercut. Get your chin checked. Ah, man. The beauty of that right uppercut. Now you see why he stood back. But this just goes to show you he got no defense coming forward. This is the breakdown, this is the understanding, this is the offense, this is the difference in pace. And this is exactly what it is that we're trying to work on. So Marvel said he has the next subscriber fight. CeeLo, of course, is going to be next after this. And we'll see what happens with this guy. I don't know if he's... he's going to look for that straight left now. Yep, he's going to result to that spam. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh! Look at a flash knockdown, though. The flash knockdown with the right hook. Well, you got to let him back in the match somehow. All good, though. Still got the lead. We definitely still won that round because of the work we put forward. So just another round in the books for us. See me, I'm not going to get gunshot like this guy did. I felt like in that round, though, towards the end, we fell into one of those old school traps where, you know, a guy's cornered, he has nothing left, and then, you know, he's like a wounded animal, and he comes out and he just bites you. He panics and he does whatever it takes from that point on. And we kind of fell into that trap right there, but now, you know, he's got me kind of angry from that, so we're going to look to finish him in this round. Which I know we clearly can do. Beautiful combo. There we go. I'm surprised he hasn't fell yet. He's fallen every other time that happened. Might need to look for a counter punch. Beautiful power shot. There it is. Right hook. War Thug wants a match too. Welcome to the stream, first of all. I didn't see you leave anything. You could have just said what's up first. Oh, you did though. Alright, my fault. But yeah, you can definitely get in the match too. I'd rather fight you guys first than fighting just random online matches. So that's cool. If you guys have me added on PSN, just leave your PSN in the comment section. This way I know exactly who to invite. And if you don't, my PSN is the same thing as that watermark in the right-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, just with an underscore in between the F and the N. The last F. Question is, how much does this guy got left? It's a counter to the body. That's going to set it up, shock that system. Bang, bang. Oh, get the count off of it anyway. We saw that left coming. Oh, too bad we couldn't finish up that round strong. Wanted another knockdown. If I'm correct, this is the 10th round. I'm pretty sure this is the 10th round though. So we went from like 82% stamina to 66% trying to finish this guy off. Look at Pacquiao's face though. Man, look like he's been in there with a pit bull. Oh snap. Pac-Man turning up the offense now. Pac-Man got combos? Okay. All of a sudden this man got combinations. I like that. Uh-oh, look at the lag coming through though. Marble, how you name Marble 144 in the comment section, but on PSN you got 255? Keep that jab up in his face, man. That's the pressure right there. Uh-oh. Nice left hand. I'm pretty sure we're hurt, so we need to back up. The power shot of my own right there. Pacquiao fighting back strong this round. Look at this. Bang. Oh, that should have been easily been a counter. I was hoping that was a counter too. Pacquiao coming strong, y'all. He's fighting like a champion. But we was prepared for this. We prepared for this at all times. Remember our defensive responsibility. Start working that outside. That's a good thing about, you know, being a jack of all trades in this game is that you can switch to any style that you need at any given time. There we go. Another counter punch. The question is, how many more right hands? Okay. Okay. Same tag, War Thug 8. Okay, so add me, War Thug, add me. I'm not sure, or I don't quite remember if I have you added. But we end up chin checking him onto the canvas. So that was good too, man. Another knockdown. That should be the end of this one, unless if he's able to get up, which I doubt. Especially not with the lag. 9, 10. So we end up winning this fight by knockout like we did and like we said we would. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. What's this, an ESPN Classic? This is an ESPN... What? I don't know how this one's a classic. I mean, Pacquiao showed out hard in the 10th. I'm just saying. He showed that hard in the 10th, but I don't know how this is a classic. This was a beatdown. 51% to his 39. I mean, he was a pretty good fighter. But at the end of the day, he didn't make the adjustments that he needed to in order to win. But I'm not knocking the guy at all. Great fight to Guess Who 772. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to message him and tell him I don't know, you was on stream or something. Feel free to do so. What you mean no? Man, I don't like this nigga Black. You mind heavyweight? Heavyweight, okay. Jabber, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream. It's all good if you just noticed it. It's perfectly fine. Anybody's welcome to join at any time. We usually stream to about 10 or 2 hours in your case. So the stream should be lasting for another hour and 20 minutes. So you got plenty of fights left to see. Right now we're gonna fight Marble. Oh, actually I think we have CeeLo first if I'm correct. CeeLo and then Marble. Let's see if CeeLo's on. If CeeLo's on, we fight CeeLo. Okay, he's navigating the menus. I got a lot of friend requests sometimes, but sometimes you guys don't say where you're from, so I don't answer it. Oh yeah, I gotta answer Marble's friend request. Let's get that done. And wait a minute, it was just here. I know I saw it come up on the stream. we go. Operation did not complete with the maximum numbers of friends that PS3 supports increased. I got 100 friends already? I've just been adding a lot of friend requests, but I didn't think I had 100 friends. I don't even play with this guy. Betty, I don't play with him at all. Johnny, you've been deleted. So let's go ahead and try to add the homie Marble. I'll be surprised if I really had 100 people in here already. Thanks, man. I truly appreciate that. When I see comments like that, that's a good thing. Marble, send another friend request, man. Send another friend request, because I can't add you any other way. Yeah, send another friend request though, Marble, and then we can get things rocking after this. So, CeeLo, and then Marble, and then after Marble, we got War Thug. So, he's rolling with Frazier. If he's gonna trying to get somebody close to his reach. I don't have Jack Johnson, but I thought that would be a great fight. No Mado fighters today. Last time we outboxed him with Lennox. Don't want to do that. Vladimir just got a win, but I don't want to use him. Let's go Holyfield. I mean, I'm a big fan of Holyfield. Oh, snap. Who is the counter pick? I thought he was rolling with Foreman. I mean, not Foreman. I thought he was rolling with Frazier, but we'll find. Ah, he's rolling with Lennox. Classic matchup right there. No? No Lennox? Lennox it is. It looks like it's Lennox, guys. Lennox Lewis. Where's Arachnid at? I don't know where Arachnid at. Arachnid didn't message me or anything. Legend, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream, man. Another stream regular. Look all you guys coming through to support your boy. It means a lot to me. It means a lot. Let's see here. Let's find out if Arachnid's here. Yeah, Jabber, we can definitely have a match. Just remember to leave your PSN name so I know who you are, and if you haven't sent me a friend request, or if I am on, if you are on my friend request, if you're on my friends list, let me know what your PSN is in the comment section, and if you're not, add that PSN right there, FN_finest8. So you'll be after Marble, who's before War Thug. So you got 2 placements, and then we'll be good to go. So it's CeeLo. We all know CeeLo. We all know what CeeLo likes to do, but we don't treat anybody differently. We come in the ring and we do the same thing. It's been CeeLo's mission to outbox me. So we'll see if he's able to do that here in this fight. First thing we're looking to do, of course, is establish that jab. He already landed a big right hand early on, so we already have our defensive laps to begin. Another good straight. See, let's talk about the disadvantages of Lennox Lewis on this game. You know, he doesn't have a solid defense. He doesn't have the greatest stamina in the world, and neither can he take good body shots. So right now, you know, we're testing the waters as usual. We're trying to see what it is that CeeLo's going to do. He's definitely fighting from the outside, definitely using Lennox the way he's supposed to be used. Seeing some nice rights come out from him. Nice good counter right uppercut there from CeeLo. He's doing what he's got to do. This is only the beginning. I'm really liking the offense he's putting forth, though. Big change from how he normally fights him. Usually stepping around the ring a lot. Seeing good establishment with that jab. He's going to try to close the jab a bit. Lance has some nice power, too, which a lot of people don't realize. He's a nice pick in the heavyweight division, if you know how to use him. Look at Seal popping out that left jab. The big thing for us is going to have to be getting past the reach advantage. If we can do that, I feel like we can have a lot of success on the inside. Lennox having the longer arms should not be able to trade well with us on the inside, especially with the hand speed of Holyfield, and also with the fact that he's not good at trading. So if he wants to be successful in this fight, he's going to have to keep this fight in the center of the ring, away from the ropes, and do good work with that jab and land his power shots to do well on the scorecard. Seal was working that jab in this round. The question is, where would his stamina be at by the end of it? Alrighty, good round for CeeLo. Bad round for us. LOL Skype. We're checking to see right now if Arachnid's here. Oh, he called and I missed the call. I'm glad somebody said something. Jafter 786. Arachnid, man. The people want to know where you at. Reese's not happy right now.
See, I'm trying to be like when Don Rickles used to show up on the Tonight Show and just walk out and surprise you, but you won't let me do that for the people because you're a selfish host. You're like Jay Leno.
Wow, that comparison though.
Well, you know what? By the way, this is Arachnid Soul, people. I was actually thinking about this the other day.
No. What kind of intro is that, man? Give them that Arachnid Soul warm welcome intro. Everybody want to hear. I want to hear.
Oh, God. Okay. What's going on, Fight Night's finest community? Once again, it's your boy, Arachnid Soul. Intellectual, voracious, and passionate about the live stream, as always.
Say what's up to Reese. He's the one, or she's the one who asked for you. I'm going to have to ask Reese one day. I don't want to offend him because, he had that one picture with the MMA girl in the back on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen under that watermark. Yeah, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. It keeps you up to date with everything with the live streams. I post out great videos that you guys might want to watch during the week. You know, always giving out shout-outs and, things to people on Twitter. And you also get to know a lot of the news and stuff that goes on why I'm so late to these live streams. So, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go ahead and do so. We're also going to get Arachnid Soul's watermark and stuff up in between rounds. But right now, CeeLo is handing out work. Good, nice counter straight, right? Look, all of a sudden, Arachnid comes in and the whole flow of the match starts changing.
Well, anyway, to get back to my analogy, what I was talking about, I was thinking about this the other day, just based on subscriber count and also what we do on our channels. I think out of our group that I affectionately call the Bingo Hall of YouTube, oh my God. I think that Sakuraba's like the David Letterman, you're the Jay Leno, and I'm like the Craig Ferguson.
Who the hell's Craig Ferguson?
Oh, come on. He's on after Dave. He's my favorite late night host. He's also retiring at the end of the year. Sorry, for anybody living in other countries that haven't seen that episode, he did announce last night he's retiring. But yeah, I see myself as the guy who he's Scottish. He was on the Drew Carey show, which I'm guessing you never saw. Who the fuck's Drew Carey, he's going to say.
Oh, anyway, you wanted me to say, who the fuck is Drew Carey?
Hey, man. So I'm a minute behind you. How's the fight going?
Well, the fight right now is taking a turn for the worse. I've got counted quite a bit in the last round. I need to start focusing on limiting my counters as usual. How many live Fight Fridays have you seen where you heard me say Fight Night limit the counters?
Well, I mean, I hear people talk about your style, and that's what they always say. They always say you're a counterpuncher.
Now, I'm a counterpuncher, but I get counterpunched. I'm not really a counterpuncher. I just counterpunch well when the time comes.
Oh, by the way, yeah, Reese, what's going on? What's going on, everybody in the chat room? I wanted to say hi to you, but, Fight Night doesn't give people opportunities.
we don't give opportunities now. You usually here at 7:30 because you know that's when I start preparing the live stream and you're like, Fight Night, what's going on?
No, I was watching this awesome talk show where the people on the show get high and it's a live show and I'm sitting there like this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. They're sitting there doing a talk show, smoking weed. And I was also screen sharing with someone. We were just sitting there laughing. So that, I mean, and the other thing was I wasn't invited to be on the live stream.
You weren't invited. How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I was actually kind of honored to, have the day off and be able to do something meaningful with my time.
So watching people smoke weed is meaningful.
Listen, I don't smoke weed, but I enjoy watching. These are like celebrities. I was like, this is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. Just live, nothing pre-rehearsed. It's like I like this, just shooting off the cuff.
So you're talking about on Saturday podcast with Sakuraba?
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know that Sakuraba's a huge pothead, but we don't talk about
Yeah,
it.
we can't talk about that. Not live on the air.
Oh my God.
Sakuraba has an addiction problem. We're just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you see it sometimes in his videos, just the way he talks. I mean, he's not even British. It's just when he's high, he sounds British.
That's
So
the truth.
that gives you some kind of indication of how high this guy is all the time.
Like if you can seriously get high to sound like him, that is something. That is something amazing. While you're following Fight Night's Finest, why not follow me at Reese MMA fan on Twitter? That Reese's a good person to follow. I'll be like, oh, what's Reese tweeting out today? And, Reese puts up some good stuff, so that's a good person to follow. Let's go ahead and get the homie Arachnid Souls stuff up on here. I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Are you gonna try to paste it live during the stream?
Now all we gotta do is click that. That's all we gotta do. Now let's see what this guy DJ Black is doing, cause Black is just one of those guys that always got something spark. Oh, okay. He ain't being rude for once.
What is going on behind that Fight Night's Finest logo? I see like a little, what is that, like a silhouette or something behind there?
Silhouette? What the hell is
You don't see that behind the glove? Like right on top of the end looks like.
Ah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like Michael Jordan's head sticking out?
Because I didn't see it.
Oh, I was
losing or winning. I'm pretty sure we're losing this fight though.
Well, I didn't see the scorecard either. The people in the chat are gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, guys, if you guys saw the scorecard, let me know what's up so I can make my adjustments. But Black not being rude for once. Black is the homie and everything, but Black always got something to say. He's funny as hell though. We'll give him that.
I have to say, because I made that graphic and sent it to you like 2 minutes later last week. I haven't seen it since, and I'm looking at that now. My little subscribe graphic, that's pretty clean.
It is clean though. I see you learning the lingo though.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. They got the little spider there on the side, little web. I threw that together in like 2 minutes.
CeeLo up here slipping punches. Like, CeeLo looking like a straight boss right now. I'm probably losing every round though.
Okay.
I really need to pick up my game.
Well, how would you, in terms of, I know you play a lot of people, they don't really play the sim style, and then they actually go onto their channel and brag about, hey, I don't play the sim style. I just like to, I'm not calling anybody out, but somebody did slip me a little video a couple of hours ago. It wasn't Fight Night, it was somebody else, and I was like, wow.
I actually wanted to get Boxing IQ up here to talk about that, because I feel like you can't say you do everything it takes to win, and then not say you don't spam. Like he looks at his style as more like a more modern day approach to boxing. And I can understand that. There's a lot of fighters now who really aren't that diverse up in their attack. I mean, we watched an amazing fight the other day. James Toney, Mike McCallum. I must have seen that fight about 40 times. And the combinations in the beginning of the fight, and then to the roundhouse punches and the straight rights and the counter after counter after counter and the stiff left jab coming out in the fight was an amazing thing to watch. That's classic old school boxing. That's what boxing was meant to be. That's that's what a lot of guys enjoy watching. That's the type of fight people want to see. But IQ, you know, he made a couple of references to people like Floyd and the Arturo Gatti fight in round number 2, doing a lot of back steps. In all honesty, he wasn't really doing back steps. He was moving away from the pressure of Arturo Gatti Ward, which is what you have to do against an aggressive fighter, which I can completely understand. And then you had other fighters, you know, who, like Ali, who moved away from fighters like Joe Frazier, not from Joe Frazier, from fighters like Sonny Liston and guys who, or Floyd Patterson, who thought they can apply pretty good damn pressure. That's a completely different story. I mean, if he feels he's not spamming and wants to say he's not spamming, that's perfectly fine. I like Boxing IQ as a person, but the way he ended that video off, I did not appreciate that. I will say that, to say the least. But, you know, if he wants to get up on stream and, you know, wants to give his thoughts about his style and, you know, explain to people what he thinks spamming is versus what he does, even though we've seen it in the comment section of many of his videos, I'm just saying, he's more than welcome to do that. We even took a vote last time as what kind of fighter we thought we was fighting, and 100% of the stream thought he was spamming. So if I'm not the only one saying this, and a lot of people who fight you aren't the people saying this, you know, I'm just speaking for the community. I'm not speaking just for myself. So whatever his problem is or whatever his thoughts is about his style, he's allowed to have that.
Well, I mean, I watched the whole video and I don't even necessarily he sounded like he was saying on one hand that he's not spamming, and on the other hand it sounded like he was saying, well, I am spamming, but unlike some people who box the sim style, I'm in it to win it. So if spamming's what I need to do to win, that's what I'm going to do.
I feel like you should have a cone of honor when you play the game, and, you know, when you go to win, you can win, but, you know, win the right way is what I'm saying, and win where it could be fun for somebody else. Sick of that. Not Joe. Sick of the backstep and then getting pot shotted. Walking into a lot of stuff here, making a lot of mistakes now. We're supposed to be working on the offensive pacing, Arachne. Look what you're doing.
Oh, I mean, I came on to try to give you some encouragement. I already have my money on the guy in the white trunks.
So you got CeeLo.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Holyfield's good. We all know that, right? But it depends who's using him, who's playing with him. When I hear Fight Night's Finest is using him, it's like,
Well, let's talk about this guy for a second, because, you know, we talk about the Clippers manager on that podcast.
Oh yeah.
But let's talk about this guy, pro hashtag or dash chant, that Jabba talks about in the comment section. How do you feel about racism combined with spamming?
Oh, there was a racist spammer?
There's a racist spammer on Fight Night Champion.
Jeez. Well, the funny thing about racism is, to me, the most offensive thing anyone can think about racism, and it's the same way about sexism or homophobia, is that it's over. Because it's not over. And also with this Clippers guy, Don Sterling, whatever his name was, Donald whatever, I don't know. I also noticed that there's a weird thing that happens in this country with racism, because when this guy got caught, everyone came out of the woodworks to say, we knew this guy was racist. We've known this all along. And it's always odd to me how there's so many people who know racist people and they never say anything. It's like, where are your balls? Speak up to this guy. You know, say something to him. Why does it have
to be a live event for somebody, or, you know, a big national thing for somebody to all of a sudden say, oh, this is an act of racism, or, you know, this guy right here, he's something else. Like, I don't understand why you can't say or speak your mind to somebody when they're right there in front of you. Have the kahunas to do it when it comes time to do it. You know what I'm saying? When it's right smack dead in your face, then do it.
Well, I mean, you know me well enough that when I hear some sexist shit or some homophobic shit, I hop right on it. Same thing with racist shit. So, but the funny thing to me also was, okay, so he's saying to the girlfriend, hey, don't bring black people to the game and don't take pictures with Magic. The girlfriend's black.
Yeah. And didn't he have a wife, if I remember correctly? So
I don't know.
Not only with your girlfriend, but your wife is going to hear this. And what is she going to say to you?
I think when you have that kind of money, though, you can keep the wife and the girlfriend, and we all know what's going on. The chick's with him because he's got money, and he's with her because he wants a young chick, and I don't know how old he is. He looks like he's 204. I mean, the guy's skin, he looks like the Crypt Keeper.
God, now
I
that's
mean,
just messed up. I was gonna say he looked like the wizard from the Lord of the Rings, but I'm just saying, like
oh yeah.
he looked like him too.
So, I mean, you got to speak up when you hear these racist people. I understand that people like Adolf Hitler set the racism bar high, but you can actually be racist without shoving people into ovens.
Yeah, that's very true. CeeLo says he's fighting on the outside. He hates it, but I mean, I like fighting on the outside. I don't mind fighting any style, as long as I'm not as long as I'm not ruining the game for somebody. And I want somebody to feel like. You ever had somebody message you playing the game and they was happy that they got beat because they learned so much? That's the response I usually get from people when I play. I mean, I got the occasional F you or the occasional you suck even though I won the fight. I got the occasional of that.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, you're the best player I've ever played on this game," or I really like the style that you fight. I like messages like that, and whether you can do it on the inside or you can do it on the outside. If you can do it on all different angles, then that just shows how developed and how you're a jack of all trades at the game. Marvel, don't feel like you're gonna lose, man. Don't play nervous. Just enjoy the fight. That's the whole reason as to why we're fighting. I'm not playing to win. I'm playing for enjoyment, which is the reason I live stream and play. The only time I play Fight Night is either when I'm live streaming or when I'm recording, just to get a match coming through. So yeah, don't feel pressure that you have to win or lose. I'm not gonna sit here and disgrace you. I'll give you some tips if you want. If you don't want me to criticize anything you're doing, I won't do it. That's just the way I am.
Well, I mean, another thing is when I used to play this game, I'd usually just play with other people who were inexperienced. We all kind of bought the game on the same time and opened up a gym. And we just like spar and have little gym tournaments for belts we made or whatever. But the thing I would always do was when I got my ass handed to me, I'd always ask the guy, what did I do wrong? What can I do next time that maybe I didn't notice that you noticed as my opponent that I can improve to fix my overall game?
Right. And that's a
So,
very good thing to do. I mean, some people won't reply to you, some people will. I mean, replied to plenty of people who did that, and when I was first starting this game, I did it myself quite a bit. So, I just realized I need to do something on Skype to make my voice come through better.
yeah, it sounds
Just
good to
realized
me.
that. Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
actually, you know what? I'm not listening to the stream, so maybe you do need to fix your voice. I'm just listening to you on Skype.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That usually happens once you hit Skype, so I need to turn that up. Can
Yeah.
someone help me?
Go
What
listen
is
for a
this gamer
second.
tag on PS3? It's right here up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't hear you come
Warthog.
through on Skype
Warthog.
at all. Yeah.
That's the
How
PSN. It should be good now, though.
I don't know how your Skype like resets itself every week.
It doesn't reset itself. Sometimes I adjust it, but that's the scorecard. We're up one round, 66-67. CeeLo is up here. He did a lot of good work early. You saw that jab coming out, that aggressive jab. We saw those straight right hands, the pot shotting. We saw CeeLo really getting into his groove in the early fight. And then we kind of just been exchanging rounds pretty much. One thing I really have to do is limit the amount of counters he's been able to get off and also limit the amount of right hands I've been hit with.
Yeah, well, and let me talk about something else. You were just mentioning how sometimes, you get your ass beat, and there's those people who understand that's a learning experience. I've had that learning experience on a game we played together, Loadout, and I'm getting better all the time playing ranked matches, playing against better people, and I'm waiting for you to get that controller.
Once I get the controller, you already know all kinds of matches.
I mean, they added more stuff to that game. I think today they added more modes, there's more clothing, there's new types of guns. I mean, they're going all out with that game.
How much real money did you spend on that game?
I haven't spent any money on it.
Oh, really?
I haven't bought anything.
I know with League of Legends, I probably spent about 55 or 60 bucks on
God.
that. I mean,
Dude,
I've also gifted people stuff. That's what most of my money's went to is gifting.
yeah, I remember you sent me that gift. You know, you sent me a character, so that was really cool.
You sent me a game on Steam. I mean, it's only fair.
Talking about stuff, Sakuraba actually the other day bought me a $20 game on Steam.
That was really nice of him.
Just yeah, he sent it over. It's Boulder's Gate, which is one of his favorite games, like a precursor to Mass Effect, and we've been playing. I'm like, this is a real. I
Oh,
was.
right hand.
You got him?
Yep. We might. He survived to the end of the
Oh,
round, but with great defense.
forgot
Great
to
defense.
wrap that glove in some barbed wire. But
The
yeah,
master. Hold on, hold on. I don't understand why people say that. I mean, I'm okay at the game. I just took a lot of time to understand the game. I could probably teach somebody better than I actually am. That's the best thing I can do is teach. But I can't personally sit down and teach people because I'm really not here most of the time to teach. Arachnid knows that. There's been, either I'm playing League or I'm just not home.
well, okay. So let me wrap up with that game. Anyway, at
Oh
some
yeah,
point,
boulders, boulders.
maybe check that game out because I was playing that. I was like, dude, Fight Night's Finest would love this game. It has the same control. It's not like League of Legends at all. It's a co-op RPG, but it has the same controls as League of Legends. Um, but anyway, I want to talk about something else. I'm actually probably going to make a video about this and ask you and Sakuraba to come join me on the video. See, this is why you have to tune into the live stream, people. This is behind the scenes stuff. You're getting the
Mm-hmm.
heads up on something that you might see posted on my channel in the future. Um, One thing that's really driving me crazy, and you know that I didn't look at anybody else's game channels before I started mine. I asked you, should I do that? And you're like, no, 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 which was good because now my channel's kind of different and whatever. But I look at other people's channels and it's usually Call of Duty, but they edit the footage to make themselves look much better than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was thinking, I don't do that, and Sakuraba doesn't do that, and you don't do that, and none of us go around saying that, hey, we're the end all be all best at these games that we play. I mean, and the guy in the comment, Marble, just reminded me that a second ago. You know, when you told them, "Hey, I'm pretty good, but I'm not the master."
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm the master of this game. I feel I'm good at it. I feel like I'm really good at it. I think I'm a top tier player, but the master, I want to say that. Maybe master of fighting sim, possibly. But am I the best sim fighter out there? No, I've lost to plenty of people, and I don't play the game enough to even be the master anymore.
I mean, I would say for me though, just looking at some of these videos, I've never even played Call of Duty, but I see the editing and people playing against lower ranked people and then bragging about these kill streaks and fast forwarding the video, but there's a little skip in there, so I know you put two clips together
Mm?
and just different shit that I'm like, come on, man. And these little kids in the comment sections
Just
don't
eating
catch
it
on to
up.
any of it.
I gotta make
Yeah.
room for friend requests. Okay, I will do that at the end of this match. Damn, don't know why I picked Lewis another sleepless night. Come on, CeeLo. He's not a bad fighter. I really do believe you're winning this fight. Actually, right now, I have not been able to land many effective shots. But Jabster don't. Marble's before you, man. Marble's before you. After this fight is Marble, then Jabster, then after Jabster is oh no, I think War Thug is somewhere in between. Somebody remind me of the order because I don't want nobody to get skipped. I do know that Jabster is England time, so I really want to try to get that fight in with him before he has to leave or before he gasses out. So
Right. Well, let me ask you something though, because I brought this up before you tried to duck the question. What's the deal with that little silhouette head behind your logo?
I didn't get a chance to explain it because somebody brought something up. Um, that's the Fight Night Champion game. How it is in the corner because I'm playing against an online match or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Sometimes that thing comes up and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. I don't know why it comes up, but
Uh,
when it does, it's cool.
it's like some glitch in the game they never patched.
It could be a glitch. It could not be a glitch. I don't know if it's supposed to be there for the most part. Oh, I was trying to sidestep that and I rotated. Um,
All right, so I guess it's going marble or not? Yeah, it's going marble first, then Warthog, and then Jabsta.
that's unfortunately the last one, man. I mean, unless if these guys want me to skip you, to skip them so you can go first. I mean, I'm not sure how they feel about that. You guys leave in the comment section if you don't mind Jasper going first. But I need to clear out my friends list. I just whenever somebody says I love your videos or something, add me. I do it. So that's why my friends list is filled up so quick.
Yeah, but marble and Warthog. Maybe you could let Jabsta go first because it is 2 a.m. over there, his time.
And the homie Reese is still up watching this, so that's that UK dedication there.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I sent Reese that match, that tag team match from Slammiversary 2012 TNA.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle taking on Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Ah,
That the tag team title match. You remember that one?
yeah, that was a great match.
AJ Styles hit that springboard shooting Styles splash to the outside, and I mean, flawless.
Flawless, man. That when I saw it, I literally stood out of my chair.
Just
No, I think I was sleeping that day. That's the day I was sleeping, and I just instantly woke up. Like I was really tired.
uh,
Um, Let me just say this before we
yeah.
continue on with that. Great match to CeeLo. He had his moments. He did look really nice early on. And, he was a lot more accurate, but our counter shots, in all honesty, the reason we won the fight was just because we was more active. We established that jab a lot more, and you couldn't really land well going later into the fight. I'm not exactly sure how you lost some of these rounds. It could have been the persistence on my end. It could have been the fact I was throwing a lot more punches. Um, could be quite a few reasons for that, but he was definitely more accurate, but we was busier and we landed the shots when they count. So yeah, great match to CeeLo. Let's move on to the next one. It looks like they haven't they said yeah, they told Japster to go first. So Japster, you're next. Yeah, CeeLo, it was a very close fight. It was definitely a lot closer. Great fight to the homie CeeLo 999. Let's move on to the next one and let's talk about this Christopher Daniels match.
All right, looks like they're gonna let Jabs to go next. Both of them agreed to that, so
So Black says every time he hears your voice, he thinks it's an ad in another window.
I don't know. It's that super pure American cadence. You know what it is, actually? When I was a little kid, I figured this out. When I was a little kid, my parents didn't give me any curfew, so I stayed up and I watched all these old 1950s TV shows and Johnny Carson and Gary Shandling and all these people. So I guess maybe that's where I get it from. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about this match. Let's talk about. In fact, when you watch that match, AJ and Kurt Angle versus Bad Influence, aka Daniels and Kazarian, when AJ Styles does that shooting Styles press, Kurt Angle actually stops paying attention to what's going on in the ring in the match. He pauses, if you watch the video, he pauses just to watch AJ Styles do it. And he's still staring out there for like 10 seconds after the move.
God, like that's how you know. For some reason he must use Duran. Let's see, 135. I don't want to use anybody who I know has that Philly show block. The Golden Boy on the outside. Manny. Let's roll with Manny, y'all. Let's roll with Manny.
All right.
Yeah, that match was amazing though, man. The moves that those guys pulled off, that's that real wrestling that I be talking about.
That whole pay-per-view. I mean, in fact, I watched. Oh my God, I ordered last Sunday TNA Sacrifice. This is supposed to be like a pay-per-view with good wrestling, but they don't really pay attention to it every year. And I've ordered every single TNA Sunday pay-per-view they've ever done. I was ordering pay-per-views back in the Wednesday night days. This oh my, this pay-per-view was so good. I can't even tell you. Just every match was so good. Anyway, let's talk about the other day. We sat down. The only thing we didn't watch was Kazushi Sakuraba versus Hoist Gracie because we sat down. We watched Kobashi versus Misawa. We watched the James Toney match. It was that was like 2 hours right there just watching those two things. We needed to watch that five-star MMA match.
Yeah, we definitely gotta, you know, get me into the history of the two sports so I can participate in those chats y'all be having in the podcast. Like for me, when it comes to the boxing stuff, yeah, you already know. When it comes to everything else, the UFC stuff, I listen, I learn too, just like everybody else. So if you guys want to learn a lot about UFC and learn a lot about boxing or any other sport, we talk about every single thing on the podcast. Go ahead and check out Sakuraba 1982's channel and check out those podcasts that we did. Also, Sakuraba posted some great content on his channel as well. Start establishing this jab though early on. That's gonna be the main thing.
Oh, and to answer Reese, I can't even remember how long Kurt and AJ had those belts because, I mean, to be honest with you, Kurt Angle, he's got such an intense style that he gets injured a lot. I mean, I know he just recovered from a knee injury and came back way too soon. And talking about that, there was a guy in TNA who had a match on pay-per-view maybe like 2 years ago. And during the match, the other wrestler broke this guy's neck and he was literally paralyzed outside the ring. They had to take him out and that was it. TNA tried to give him a job in the front office, but the guy wanted to wrestle, so he quit. And TNA was asked about it. When's the guy coming back? And they've said we're not going to let him come back until he's medically cleared. I mean, he was paralyzed for like weeks and weeks. He finally learned to walk again, and now I see that he's wrestling again. And I stumbled onto one of his matches last night, and I'm watching it, and everything he did, I'm just so nervous because I'm like, anytime you get slammed in the ring, obviously you can break your neck and get paralyzed. Here's a guy who was paralyzed and doesn't have any clearance to be in the ring, and just like you can't even enjoy a match like that.
The fact that he came back even though he wasn't medically cleared is amazing.
Well, I mean, that's the story of every pro wrestler. None of them are ever medically cleared to wrestle. They never take any time off. They never heal from any injuries. Um, but a broken neck, and I don't even know if he had his neck fused like the way that Kurt Angle did. I think he might have just waited and said, "Okay, well, I can go back now." But he's getting slammed. I was like, I can't watch this. Anyway, tell me
Man
what.
up.
What? Yeah, no, that's that American. I was thinking about this the other day. That American mentality, that American, and I'm American, but I don't understand this mentality of we're very proud that we never have vacation time. We never take time off. We just work all the time, even though, we don't make the most money in terms of the rest of the industrial world. We don't have as much vacation time. We don't have benefits. A lot of us don't have retirement, but we're proud to just work for less. It's like, it takes some time off. Relax.
The hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I tried to bring this up in a podcast the other day with you and Sakuraba. I know Sakuraba doesn't understand because
Nah, I
he's in
know what you're
another
joking
country, but
about. I know what you're
it's
talking
like
about. I was just
it's
joking.
like just this constant grind as an American. Relax, people. That's another reason they don't want you to have weed. The big reason they don't want you to have weed is because Big Pharma owns so much of this country. It's like Big Pharma and the gun lobby, they pretty much run the country as well as the tobacco lobby. And if you start smoking weed, maybe you won't need some of those pharmaceuticals and maybe you'll relax a little bit. Maybe you'll take some time off from work.
People in this weed thing. I'm not even gonna talk about the benefits and everything else. I honestly, I don't smoke. have no interest in smoking. I mean, if people want to smoke, go ahead and smoke. To me, it doesn't really matter. You do you. As long as you're not driving my car and you're high. That's all. I don't care about anything else. Just as long as you're responsible around me, and you're willing to take responsibility when you get caught. Hey, more power to you. Um, what's up with the? If you're gonna bring fight night back to old school, Paul
Mm.
Varenis fights and Bass Rutten fights. If you really want to put fight night in the Twilight Zone, watch some Abu Dubai JD. What the hell? I'm looking at this dude's name like, how the hell? That's not American. Can we
Oh
get
my
some American
God.
names in here? Can we get
He's
some
talking
Daniels,
like
some Dion's maybe? I
he's
don't
talking
know.
about some Abu Dhabi jiu-jitsu, but the name
Oh,
before
Abu
the
Dhabi. Like,
the name before was Boss Rutan. I
I
don't know
said
what
that
you
right.
called him.
I
Oh,
said
okay.
Boss
Bass
Rutten.
Rutan.
Bass Rutten, Boss. That's that countryside. Bass
Yeah.
Rutten.
I mean, this is another guy, Boss Rutan. I was actually playing an old MMA game the other day, a game from '95 that I'll probably show on my channel. And I just got lucky and finished. I was Boss Rutan. I was going up against Ken Shamrock. It was a Pancrase style match. I got lucky and hit the liver punch, and that was it. I was like, man, it's pretty sweet. I come back to a game I haven't played in years, and that was essentially Boss Rutan's finishing move. See, one of the things that you get in Japanese MMA that you don't really get in American MMA, because it does have its roots in pro wrestling, like I always say, the fighters tend to have trademarks. They tend to have finishing moves. You talk about Boss Root, and he's got that liver punch. You talk about a Kazushi Sakuraba, and he's the king of the Kimura lock. And just different things like that. And it's like in this country, it's all so generic. We don't want it to be like any other sport. We don't want them to have finishers or things for the people to get excited about. But when you see a Mirko Crow Cop and he uses that Muay Thai roundhouse, that Crow Cop kick, it's like that's his move. It's like Hogan dropping the leg.
I mean, what about Ronda Rousey with the armbar?
Oh yeah, well she does have that. I mean, she was a tremendous fighter in Strike Force and a lot of the indie leagues of MMA. And I think that's one of the things that shows you how powerful that can be because people know she's going for that armbar. And anytime she even teases it or gets close to it, you see the crowd come to their feet.
Or what about the Iceman with that straight right?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I guess, but he was a tremendous mat wrestler and amateur wrestler too. The same thing with the Quentin Rampage Jackson. But these guys became so known for knocking people out that people think all they can do is knock people out. But yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't hear the same kind of hype and selling from the announcers when you see some of these trademarks.
Or maybe because they don't know it's a trademark. Maybe it's that lack of knowledge on their part. Let's talk about not let's talk about. Reese wants to know if we're both watching Mayweather Maidana. You know for a fact I am. I watch every single boxing pay-per-view fight that comes on. I've seen all the fights. You see me just telling, hey Arachnid, this match went down today, and Arachnid's like, what are you talking about?
Well, because I mean, especially with Mayweather, yeah, I'm not. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna hope that Mayweather loses, but he won't. But I don't really, with his two Bugattis, he's got the black and red one, which is the real Bugatti color. He's got a white Bugatti, both $1.6 million. It's like, nah. I might, if I do watch it, you guys will know because I'll live tweet it the same way I did when I watched the Mayweather or not Mayweather, the Pacquiao Bradley fight, and also the same way I did when I watched that TNA Sacrifice pay-per-view on Sunday.
Yeah, I didn't get. I saw your tweets coming in, and I see a lot of people who like to do that, and I see a lot of people. I think it's a good way to keep track of people's scorecards because a lot of people always talk about, oh, I had the fight scored this way, but when they was watching it live, they know damn well they wasn't scoring the fight. So I think that's a good idea to tweet out the scores that you think is going on. I should probably start doing that. It's like that ESPN Friday Night Fights Facebook app when it comes down to do that live scoring and compare yours to Teddy Atlas's. And
Right.
I think it's a good idea to score your fights live. And where can people find you? Where can they find this information of yours where you'll be tweeting out this stuff?
Well, you see that low.
Well, I just it's the spoilers right there. That's like you guys with the Mass Effect.
But I don't spoil Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you see the logo on the screen, youtube.com/arachnidsoul. Once again, go there, check out the content. If you like it, subscribe. If not, don't. Whereas with my Twitter account, I'll take the hollow children. You know, you want to subscribe to my Twitter, go for it. It's at Arachnid Soul. Probably put it in the chat room now. But to me, the thing is, I live tweet in a different way than other people because a lot of other people spoil what's going on. I don't spoil what's going on. When I do my live tweets, it's almost like you're sitting there, you're watching the boxing pay per view or the wrestling pay per view. And it's like if I were calling a Thursday night throwdown event, I'm going to give you little facts, I'm going to give you little stats that they're not talking about. You know, I was talking about during the TNA pay-per-view, there was an awesome match. The X Division champion Seiyu Sanada from Keiji Muda's Wrestle One promotion in Japan, taking on the Extreme Tiger, or Tigre Uno, as he's now known in the United States, for the X Division belt. And I was amazing match. I was giving little bits of information. I was telling you that Tigre Uno was actually trained in Tijuana by Rey Mysterio. I was talking about how Seiyu Sanada was mentored by the great Muta, the former NWA world champion. And it's just kind of cool to sit there and watch those fights, those matches, and have the tweet come up. But at the same time, I'm not spoiling it for you. So if you want to watch that pay-per-view replay later that night or the next day, everything isn't, already spoiled for you.
You heard him. Twitter.com/arachnid. So let's take a look at some of these comments. Who do you think has the fastest feet in boxing? Are we talking about old school or are we talking about nowadays? Because that can be a very, very diverse answer based on.
Let me say this. If I hear you say Rocky Marciano, I'm getting off the headset.
Oh yes, most definitely you'll have to get off the headset. I won't even talk about boxing anymore. If anybody ever said Rocky Marciano, they should be killed. Although we come to sorry, we're getting out wrong things. So Arachnid, talk for a second. I'll write something.
Yeah, I mean, we'll answer that. But Rocky Marciano, while he damn sure didn't have a glass jaw because he was tough, he could take a punch, his technique was beautiful. But if you ever paid attention to his footwork, the footwork damn sure was not there.
Yeah, the footwork wasn't there. He relied. We talked about this in the last live stream. How I can't believe this is only does he have 3-minute rounds on or something? I'm looking at this like, God, we only in the 4th round. Like, he must have 3-minute rounds on. Jabba up here trying to make sure he get that extended time. Well, since there could possibly be 3-minute rounds, and I don't have the timer to really check on that, we're gonna definitely sit back and box a lot more. We saw us get really aggressive at the end of that round.
I'm actually gonna check this.
But yeah, you gotta tell me which one you guys are talking about in terms of old school and new school. All okay. I'm playing one-handed. I have disabilities. I have disability, no excuse though.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
That's crazy, man. Let's see, Jabber. Oh yeah, we just read that one. I'm sorry about the disabilities, man. That's impressive that you're even able to play video games though. Very impressive actually. And you're boxing actually pretty well. All out of all people, who had the fastest feet in the ring? That's a good one because a lot of people immediately is gonna go straight to Ali. Or, some people will automatically say Floyd now. But footwork is one of those things where you have to think. See, foot speed is one of those things where it's either you can talk about who had the best footwork, because no boxer really just starts running around the ring to say, that's funny footwork, fast footwork. I mean, there's a lot of fighters who have quick reflexes using their feet and can fight using their feet basically as their defense instead of never blocking well. Like if you look at Ali, and a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me for saying this, but this is the honest truth. Ali had great head movement and great footwork, but his blocking wasn't that good. Most of the time, when anybody got close to Ali, he started grabbing, pushing their head down, and pushing off. That's what he did in order to get a separation. His defense, in terms of blocking skills, wasn't the greatest. Not that he couldn't block, he just preferred to use his
Wow.
movement speed and his head movement.
I
So
mean,
that can be something. Well, go ahead.
I'm just saying, you sound like a big man over there now that you know that Ali's got his medical conditions and he can't knock you out. Now you're just talking shit about Ali. Like,
Nah,
wow.
I'm not talking crap
I'm
about him. I'm telling the truth. Hey, he's one of those fighters who just refused to block.
yeah.
But we saw even in the Foreman fight, he got those hands up well, but it's not like he was really blocking a lot of the shots as much as he was taking them as we get dropped. But
Wow. I can't even believe the disrespect for
what I'm
Ali.
giving to Ali.
Oh my
Anybody listening to this, tell me right now, is that disrespect or am I just telling the truth?
I mean, I'm just surprised. You think you know somebody and then you hear some stuff
Oh
like
my
this.
God, arrest me, please.
It's like, oh man. Anyway, yeah, this is a 3-minute round because I've got my timer going and we're at 2:45 right now.
Okay, so yeah, it is 3 minute rounds, just like I suspected. Um, Definitely have to give a slower paced fight because of that. Floyd has
Well,
really fast footwork. He can move around the ring well, but every outside fighter gets trapped up against the ropes. That's exactly what it is that you're trying to say. If you're talking about who has the best footwork, Ali definitely had the best footwork. Period. In terms of fastest footwork, that's a huge race because a lot of boxers don't, like I said, they don't really move like they're running. They move in a calculated form that's gonna determine how fast they're moving around the ring, so they can go ahead and strike back at you. So it's hard to say on that one.
well, the thing a lot of people don't understand about not boxing, but the footwork in boxing. And I'm a big science guy. If you guys want to come over to my channel and talk science with me or talk science on Twitter, I'm very pro science. When you think about how lightning strikes, you always think it's coming from the sky, but actually it kind of forms from the ground, and it's the same thing with the boxer's punch. When I talk about footwork, I'm talking about that almost not hand-eye coordination because we're talking about feet, but it's the fact that some boxers are better at planting their feet. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they stomp punch. They know how to like adjust their hips. They bring the shoulder through. So much of that is important, and there's a lot of guys who might not be dancing around the ring and running, but to me, good footwork is about good placement and that timing and that cohesiveness.
That's a very good point. Fighters like Leonard, if you watch Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard, everybody was expecting to use that footwork. The same way everybody was expecting Ali to use that footwork against Foreman. But, he showed that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to plant my feet and I'm going to, use that left, when you have that lead left foot of yours, you lock that hip down and this way you can control wherever it is that a guy goes. That's just inside fighting as a boxer. Fighters like Roberto Duran, Mike Tyson, those were guys who planted their feet, moved forward, and then planted hard with each step until they got on the inside. And once they locked that hip down, you
Yeah.
weren't going anywhere. And you was in that corner and you was going to stay in that corner. And, they used anything else that it took in order to keep you there. But, also fighters like, what's the dude's name? Melverick Taylor, Benitez, fighters like that. Those were guys who had really fast footwork and, they was on the outside, they was moving, they had beautiful defense. Those are the type of fighters that really had like the fast footwork. Pacquiao and Duran is cheaters at lightweight. No disrespect to anyone. This is a friendly fight. This is not really a competitive fight. The real cheaters, if you want to talk about the cheaters of the division at lightweight, Duran, yes, he hits extremely hard. But the real cheaters of the division is Pernell Whitaker and Yurkisiri Gamboa. Those are the cheaters of the division. Why? Lightweight is incredibly hard to get hit, and that Philly show defense. That Philly show defense is ridiculous, especially at lightweight, because you can't get through it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know too much about the heavyweights, actually. I played lightweight. I always say this. I like playing with the lighter fighters, no matter what kind of combat sport. When that UFC game comes out that I gotta be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna have that game for like 4 years. I mean, there's gonna be sequels to that game out before I actually get that game.
Damn.
But I'm gonna be using smaller people. I guess since they don't have my boy Shinya Aoki in there, Toby Judan, I'll probably have to go with like a George St. Pierre or somebody like that. But I have no interest in picking these massive people. I mean, Alistair Overeem and some of these beasts. Why? Why do I want? I'm not a knockout guy. I don't need the power and the size. I like technique. I like jiu-jitsu. I like, holds and counter holds, wrestling. That's my style.
It's not gonna matter if you like all that once the glue comes through and pins you to that mat, though.
Oh man, don't let me learn those controls. And oh, man, if I learn those controls and I go against Sakuraba, you guys are going to see an amazing match. Not that I'll have the game, but also do not let my boy Dan the Beast Severn be in that game, because if I get that game and Dan Severn's in there, I'm gonna get so much hate mail because that he is the purest wrestler. He came in at like UFC 4. There had never been a pure wrestler there. This guy won, seriously, I stopped counting. He won 84 amateur wrestling championships. That's when I stopped counting. To just put into perspective what a beast this man is. Then you talk about the MMA championships. Then you talk about the fact that people don't know this. He actually won Pro Wrestling's NWA World Championship, which is the top belt in wrestling. If I get this guy on the game, I'm just going to take people down to the ground and I'm just going to grind my forearm across their nose, and it's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, you heard it right there from Mr. Arachnid Soul. That's the style he prefers. That's what it is that he likes to do, and that's what it is that he'll be looking to. Okay, let's look at this right now. Terrell Banks, I really feel like you don't know what you're talking about. Pernell Whitaker is faster than Pacquiao in the lightweight division. Also, Yukasuri Gamboa is faster than Manny Pacquiao in the lightweight division. Who at Finest is winning, but Duran's power cannot be underestimated. Well, we just saw Pacquiao's power right there with that flash knockout. Great fight to Jabber. I'm sorry it had to end like that. Those 3-minute rounds, though, that was an extremely long time. And with only 30 minutes left in the live stream, as much as I would like to rematch you, I got to get in matches with Marble and War Thugs. So we got to do that. You got to make room. I tried that already. I already deleted somebody. I'm doing middleweight finest. Okay, add me. Yo, finest, can we do one more? That loss is bugging me, bro. CeeLo, I'm not exactly sure because it's already coming towards the time where I'll usually stop streaming and I have to do 2 matches. So next live stream for sure. You already know you got a spot on the next live stream, CeeLo.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
he
actually.
Somebody else though for you though. But go ahead, Arachne. Sorry.
I was gonna say that that last fight, Japper did really well. I mean, considering he has a disability as well, and I saw those scorecards, everything was even. I mean, that he plays better with one hand than I do with 2 hands.
Yeah, he's an extremely good fighter. I must say that. He is an extremely good fighter. Oh, this guy hasn't been on in a long time. Delete him. You got roommates for you, man.
You got Reese talking about. Got Reese in the chat talking about Dan Severn's record: 101 wins and 19 losses. That is, when you think about how competitive that sport of MMA is, that is a ridiculous amount of fights.
Yeah, it is.
I keep telling these wrestlers, when you go to MMA, don't have a wrestling schedule. Try to have a MMA schedule. Try to just fight once every 6 months.
Let's talk about that. I mean, it's fine. We understand that these guys are coming in and they're superstars and whatever the case may be. But back in the old days, man, those guys used to fight all the time.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting week after week, sometimes every 2 weeks. I feel like as a fighter, you can fight like every 3 months. Like, I think that'll be cool. You get 4 fights a year, that'll be fine. But when I watch some fighters take off 6 months or only fight once a year, and then you have all this weight off time, that ring experience isn't good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they talk about a boxer going away for a long time, and then he comes back, and you always hear the announcer say, "Is there ring rust?" Because the guy, you can train all you want in a gym and you can lift weights, but really boxers are made in the ring in a competition setting, not in a weight room, not jumping rope in their garage. But a lot of guys they don't want to fight that often, and they some of them it's not because they're scared or because they're lazy. It's just because what is it? It's prize fighting. That's what it's about. It's about making a paycheck, it's about supporting yourself and supporting your family. And a lot of these guys want to get that paycheck, and I have nothing but respect for them. They want to get that paycheck and support the family. At the same time, they want their kids to grow up and they want to see their kids get married and their kids have kids. And they want to mentally be there when it happens. They don't want to have all this post-concussion syndrome and all this stuff. So a lot of guys will do a more responsible thing and take that lighter schedule.
I agree with that, but I'm saying, it depends on the type of punishment you're taking in the ring also.
Yeah, but I mean, anytime you're getting hit in the head, you're taking more punishment than you think.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always talking about this old school mentality of, oh yeah, he just got his bell rung. Let's sit him on the bench for 10 seconds and send him back out there.
Let me
It's
address the comment section real quick. Jabber, you're the much better man for being able to even stay in the ring that long in the 3-minute rounds and just being able to master the game in such a sense where you can get the job done in a fight where all the odds were against you and you were able to do that well. So I want to commend you for that. Don't say I'm the better man. You were. CeeLo, I'm trying, man. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. I hope anyone honestly is not. I hope I honestly do not offend anyone. I don't think you will. Mosley Coda, why not?
Yeah, no, I don't think he was offending anyone.
Yeah, you're not. I just disagree. That's all. In terms of the Pacquiao thing. Continue with what you were saying though, right? I'm feeling a lot of people are learning, like I know I am, about wrestling, UFC, and head concussions and all the different things that Mr. Arachnid Soul brings to the table.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really serious thing. This is one of those things that these sports are going to have to change. Wrestling won't. You see the beautiful thing about how do I put this? When you look at the work rate that professional wrestlers have in terms of how many matches they have versus, a boxer or an MMA guy, you've got to think that, in professional wrestling, they get to circumnavigate a lot of the commissions that boxers or MMAs have to work around. I mean, a lot of these promoters, I'm not calling anyone out in specific, but you know who I'm talking about already, treats these guys like circus animals, and the law says that's fine.
So
You know,
Dana White?
no, I'm
Talking
talking,
about
but
boxing?
no, I was talking about in wrestling. I think Dana
Oh,
White, though.
McMahon.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
And
why you never say their name. I'm not understanding this.
do they need more press? Do they need more publicity?
You're not getting no press and damn sure publicity. I don't think anybody here likes WWE wrestling.
But yeah, hopefully not. But anyway, the thing with MMA and boxing is though they are starting to realize about these concussions, and I almost think it's like the tobacco industry where you had big tobacco telling people, the jury's still out, or we have no evidence to suggest that this stuff is dangerous or as harmful as some of these crazy people are saying it is, especially with the NFL. I mean, don't even get me started on them. They know how bad these concussions are and how dangerous that sport is in terms of concussions and the lasting effects and everything else. And there's no doubt in my mind the NFL is trying everything it can to cover this stuff up. And then they'll throw like $10 million at, the Nowinski Brain Institute and say, well, we're trying to fight this really with $10 million.
I mean, that is a lot of money. You can live the rest of your life off of $10 million. I'm just saying.
But we're not talking about them giving this to one person to live their life. We're saying this. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
$10 million is a lot of money. Most people don't even make that in a lifetime.
Yeah, I understand that, but when you're talking about medical science and you're talking about trying to study something that affects, thousands of people in this country, $10 million is absolutely nothing.
Right. Very good point. Um, let's check out the comment section one more time. Finest had a great game plan. I hope anyone just no. Okay, we looked at that. I'm trying, War. You just saw me delete somebody. I'm trying to make room. Damn, I suck. I can't watch the stream on my iPad. Just comment. That sucks, CeeLo. Yeah, I see you leaving the comments and in the messages, man. You got War Thug in front of you, so we'll have to see. I don't know if I have enough time. It depends on.
I mean,
It
I gotta
depends
be
on the
honest.
time is left.
These streams are starting to go a little bit long now. The original concept was maybe like 2 hours, and I think the fights you have booked already. I think you should take those fights, and then maybe you fight CeeLo, next time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make everybody in the stream happy, though. I mean, everybody did get their fair shot. I don't I don't know. It's not about winning or losing. Were you happy with your performance, CeeLo? I think that's the main thing you gotta ask yourself.
Well, I just don't think he's happy if he loses.
I mean, everybody loses. I lose. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Right now, what we're trying to do well is establish this jab on Mosley and control the ring with that jab. Take away that ring from him, and then try to come with anything short that we can afterwards.
Yeah. While we got a little bit of time here, let's talk about Throwdown this week.
Oh snap! Let's talk about that rage, that Kenta rage meter, man. That Lariato rage meter.
Yeah, man, you guys got to go to my channel, check out that Throwdown playlist, that library. Go back, watch some of those matches, and see what a beast Kobashi is. But talking about beasts, you've got. This is when I thought of the Catchweight Championship tournament. This is exactly the kind of match I was thinking about. A match that's never happened on Throwdown. It's never taken place in real life. It's gonna happen this Thursday on Throwdown. You've got Scott Flash Norton, NWO Team 2000, NWO Japan, NWO back in the United States, whatever you want, arm wrestling champion, just a beast. Maybe one of the most underrated heavyweights of the past 20 years in the United States. And then you've got the technically sound, conditioned, high-paced, high-flying, exciting, balls-to-the-wall, Japanese cruiserweight style of Naomichi Marufuji. And these two are going to fight in the Catchweight Championship tournament. It's the first time they're ever going to meet up, maybe the last time. And it's going to be such a juxtaposition of styles. Everyone's got to tune in Thursday and watch this.
Oh man, I can't the last Scott Norton match that I watched. I had the luxury of calling that, but man, the finish to that match was awesome. The quick brawl that happened outside the ring was awesome. If you guys don't watch Thursday Night Throwdown on Arachnid Soul's channel, please do. You're missing out on great entertainment. I go out. Listen to me when I tell you this. I go to the best burger joint in New York City every single week on Thursday morning. I come from I got school. When I come back from school though, once I come back from school, I know it's coming, so I go sit my bag down and get everything ready, go outside, go get that hamburger, and then bang, I come right back out. I come right back to the crib with the honey barbecue chips as well, and I sit there and I watch Thursday Night Throwdown. That's what y'all need to do. Thursday Night Throwdown is like watching a wrestling event in itself. I mean, I wish they were an hour long, just like a real wrestling match or a real event would be. But 30 to 20 minutes sometimes is really good as well. Let's hit the comment section one more time. I do like the peekaboo stance in boxing. I think that peekaboo stance is good for defensive fighters and blocking punches. It's also good for guarding the head. I mean, people don't think it can't deal with the body shots that much. But when you're that close to a guy and you already got those elbows tucked in, you're pretty much set defensively. It's a competitive fight, but Kodo is doing a little bit more. Finest sim fights while other people spam. I mean, I don't think he's spamming. I think he's doing a good job right now. Right now, I'm just trying to get that jab in and then get Kodo's left hook downstairs into the body and any other good shots that I can capitalize on with.
So we have Jabbar in the comment section. He's saying he's pretty much been watching boxing for 5 months now. his vote is going to Mayweather Jr. this Saturday. He really can't say anything about Khan, he's saying, because he's never seen him fight. So,
Whoever, I forgot who's Khan's fighting, but whoever Khan's fighting, just go against him. Khan is a pussy. Nobody likes Khan. And the reason for that is the guy's got no chin, but he tries to brawl. Does that make any sense? Why are you trying to brawl with no chin?
Okay, so from the standpoint of common sense, you might not like that, but is there any part of you that respects that? Because you're like, man, this guy knows he's got no chin, but he's that ballsy that he just goes in with it.
No, he brawls because he's not confident in his boxing skills. This is the reason Amir Khan sucks. It's because he's not confident in his skills. You can't be a boxer. You got an amazing trainer like Freddie Roach up there teaching you how to box, how to do this, how to do that, and you throw all of it out the window to just go and go brawl. What kind of sense does that make?
Well, what kind of sense does it make that you can fight a style like that that doesn't work for you, and fight after fight, your camp never says anything?
You talking about that Bradley camp?
Oh, we could talk about that again. That super positive Bradley camp. You know what I think? I think the same guys who are like advisors to any president of the United States, those yes men. I think those are the same people Bradley had in his camp. Whatever you're doing is working, guy. That looked good. Whatever you did, we weren't even paying attention. We're looking the other way at the crowd, but we're sure we heard the bell. We know the round's over. Whatever you're doing was great. We're sure you're winning this. Just keep doing it.
Wow. So it's kind of like in the story mode on Fight Night Champion, how Andre Bishop had that one match that was decided against Ricardo Alvarez, and everybody, Bishop thought he was in there working him, and he was doing good boxing, and all of a sudden Gus brings him back to the corner, and Gus is like, "Look, you got to knock this guy out." The judges ain't even watching this fight. I mean, I guess it's that kind of situation.
Well, I'm seeing Reese in the comments. I don't think he's too big of a Khan fan. He says, "Fuck Khan, utter wanker."
Nobody likes Khan. Nobody likes Khan. I don't even like Khan, and I'm a fan of boxing. I don't really judge any boxer. But I don't like Khan. I don't like Omar Figueroa. We can talk about the boxers I don't like. I don't like Islari Londa. I don't like most of these guys who think that they're just going to come over here, fight like a pansy, or, not fight confident in their boxing skills and not be half of what they're hyped up to be. And then all of a sudden, get respect for it. Not with me, you don't.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Reese, I will send some more of those wrestling matches. I mean, there's so many. It's like when I sit down with Fight Night's Finest, I'm like, and I just think about, we should watch a good match. It's like there's so many, and Fight Night hasn't been watching TNA or Ring of Honor for the past 12 years, so there's hundreds of matches. I just pull random stuff out. We watched Desmond Wolfe, who a lot of people know as Nigel McGuinness. That match
right there
versus Kurt Angle, that European style. Oh, I mean.
Like, if you guys watch boxing, like technical matches, you guys should watch wrestling too. I feel like any combat sport like that, wrestling, boxing, UFC, that should be something you will want to get into, because the different things that you can learn against, the different things that you can learn and from each different sport is crazy. It's Louis. Louis, that's one of Paulie Malignaggi's friends. I actually remember watching a match of his on ESPN. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that. His opponents, I don't know his second name. Yeah, I know exactly. Awesome. I can't watch now, my dude. Okay, that's what's up, Seal. Welcome to the stream again. Welcome to the video.
Man, I was talking about great fights. I was watching a match that was Shinya Aoki. He was taking on one of the Gracie's sons. I don't know which one, but it was just a pure jiu-jitsu match, and they actually did this. If you imagine a boxing ring, but without the ropes and without the poles, that's what it was. It was elevated. It was just the square, the size of the boxing ring. First thing I noticed was the conditioning had to be there, because the bell sounded. They had 20-minute rounds. I was like,
in what, wrestling?
Yeah. This was pure Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so we're talking about submission wrestling and grappling. I was like, God, your conditioning needs to be on point. The other thing was, though, as soon as that opening bell sounded, the crowd went dead silent. You could have heard a pin drop. There was that respectful Japanese style crowd.
That's what I'm talking about. Like you watch a lot of wrestling or you watch a lot of boxing nowadays, and man, the crowd's got no respect. The
Yeah.
crowd has no common sense. Like those HBO crowds, God, they don't. It's like that's not what we saw in the trailer for this. Like the people have no respect. The one boxing event or one crowd that I really enjoy watching is either those Russian crowds when a Klitschko fight is going on, because man they'll let you know if you're clinching too much you're gonna hear those boos. If you hit that good jab, they're gonna let you know about that good jab you just hit. They're gonna hit that again, Klitschko. They're gonna say something about it. You see that ESPN Friday Night Fights crowd when they come through, it's like they honestly know what they're talking about. When you see that live scoring that goes on, they're scoring the fights properly. When there's a big upset, the crowd lets people know. They start throwing stuff in the ring. That ESPN crowd, man, I really do enjoy watching that ESPN Friday Night Fights more than any other boxing match or boxing events that take place. And the thing is, they usually take place weekly. I mean, there's some weeks where they have off, yes, but man, Friday Night Fights, the crowds know what they're talking about. Those are true boxing fans right there.
You know, people in the crowd yelling, fuck him up, low key. You know, you might hear a little one guy yell out once in a while, but for the most part, you know. And I understand why some of the crowds are like that because, I live in Nevada and I saw some of the commercials that MGM Grand and the boxing people put on to try to sell the Pacquiao Bradley fight. And the commercial, it's just pure knockouts. It's just come see these two. It's just going to be pure knockouts all night. And of course, if you know boxing, you're going into this match saying, we're not going to see a knockout.
Right? Most fights, fighters don't even really go into a fight looking for a knockout most of the time. Most of the time, they want to take their time. They want to handle their responsibilities. They want to pick their spots. And then when they see the opportunity for a knockout, they feel they can get a knockout, then they'll go for it. But
Yeah.
nobody comes into a fight. Well, I mean, I want to say that, but most people shouldn't go into a fight expecting a knockout. If you have knockout power, you feel it's going to come eventually, but you got to do the right things first. And once you feel like the opportunity will come, but nobody goes into a fight expecting a knockout.
Yeah. All right. Well, Reese knows what I'm talking about. It was Kron Gracie versus Shinya Aoki. And oh my God, I was so pissed off because Shinya Aoki ends up losing the fight with the topside guillotine choke. And the thing that pissed me off was, you know how I said the ring was elevated and there were no ropes? Okay, so they're way out on the outside, and Shinya Aoki, the bottom half of his body, his legs are hanging off the side. Right now, if there had been ropes and these rules were a little bit better, the referee would have told him, okay, break it up. I'm going to reposition you guys the same way in the middle of the ring. How the hell was Shinya Aoki supposed to counter when he couldn't use his legs to push off? I mean, it was complete garbage.
Hmm.
But that's just my pep. I'm going off. I stopped there like I expected Fight Night's Finest to start talking about that fight, and I know
Yeah, I don't.
like
I don't know about that, unfortunately.
yeah, but I mean, let them do that in the ring because I do not believe that Kron Gracie would beat Shinya Aoki under like Pride/Dream MMA style rules. It's complete BS. By the way, Al Bundy was doing commentary, and I'm not making a joke there. Ed O'Neill was actually doing commentary, and I don't know. Maybe Reese can tell me. Did he have some background grappling? I mean, did he wrestle in high school or so? I have no idea.
I don't
Eh,
think you gotta be in the sport, like actually participate in a ring to know the nuances. I mean,
Yeah, but it just seemed really random to me. Maybe I'm sounding like an idiot, like this guy really knows his MMA history, but I did not understand why he was in there. So anyway, what's going on in this fight now?
so we're taking a look at this fight. Let's talk about Marvel here. Marvel's defense needs to be sharpened up at this point, and since he has the longer reach, he has not been able to establish his jab, which is kind of why he's struggling the way he's struggling right now. Is he hasn't been able to get that jab, and he hasn't been able to close range. Right now, you see him really struggling to find range, and he's basically falling for all the baits. He's falling for all the feints, and it's the reason he's getting tagged up by this jab so much. Other than that, he has good footwork. He does have a good sense of combinations and when to throw a punch. He just has to be in the correct range to do it. So the main problem for him tonight has been range.
All right. Well, okay. I see that little silhouette head's gone. Oh yeah. Anyway, I did not see that match, that Bravo versus Gracie match, but I'll go try to check it out later.
It's really
Yeah, I
great just like to have a place where you just got people who are knowledgeable about different things and you can sit back, you can learn, and also you can um you can also be able to discuss MMA with somebody else who knows the sport.
yeah, I mean it's always nice when I can talk MMA with someone who isn't just a guy who or girl who's been watching UFC for the past 3 years. You know, like if you don't know any of the fighters from Brazil, if you don't know any of the fighters from Japan, it, like, okay, let me put it to you this way. How many combat sports, well, in fact, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not, and I know Fight Night's going to want me to say, I'm not even going to say it. Let me just, yeah, uh, okay. Anyway, Fight Night, say something.
No, say it. We're all
I'm
waiting
just,
here. You can't start something and not say it.
I'm just saying,
You're
is that
rapping
a,
the soul, controversial. We got to
well,
hear it.
well, I haven't been controversial in a while.
Well, yeah, no, yes, you were.
I don't
You
even,
was
I don't even,
controversial earlier.
well, I'm just saying when I look at some of the UFC fighters and I look at some of the other combat sports, I look at the guys dominating in UFC. Did they look like the guys that traditionally dominate in combat sports? I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. Is UFC maybe getting some degree of popularity because the average American can finally see people that look like them doing well in a combat sport instead of those people usually being the ones who get knocked out.
Um, that's kind of brutal, but
I'm
that's
just,
the
I'm just saying.
controversial rack in itself.
I
And
know.
that's that brutal right uppercut that ends up connecting. Marvel, get your chin
Um,
checked. I,
so
I had to. I'm sorry.
so Ed O'Neill is talking, or excuse Ed O'Neill. Bruce is talking about how Ed O'Neill, aka Al Bundy. I hate to say that because he's on like Family something now that I don't watch, but I'm sure I hear it's a good show. But I
What,
guess
Family
he's
Guy?
no Family, that
Feud?
show on ABC, Modern Family.
Oh, that.
But he's saying Reese is saying that Ed O'Neill apparently is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, which I had no idea. But then again, I do remember that episode of Married with Children where the flat-chested blonde Marcy from next door came over, and Al did put her in that front guillotine choke. So maybe.
You gotta keep talking about it. I'm
All right, what do
sorry.
I'm looking at. I don't know who this is getting knocked out. Which round that was? Maybe that was you getting off the ground, but.
No, I'm cold. Unfortunately, that's Marvel.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm like a minute behind you. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it is kind of cool to get together with people and talk about these different combat sports. Unfortunately, so much of the time when I try to talk about, wrestling or MMA with people who are pure boxing people, they don't respect the other disciplines or
I
the other
respect this
sports.
chin check. I had to do it. I had to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's cool to hang out in this chat room and actually see people who know what they're talking about, and hopefully see some people who maybe they're a little quiet because they might only know boxing, or maybe they've only been watching it for 5 months, like Jabbar said. But you hear some of this stuff, and maybe you do go check out some of these wrestling matches, or some of the Shinya Aoki stuff, or some of the stuff from the Gracies, or Pancrase, or Pride, or Dream, or some other stuff you hear us talking about.
Yeah, most definitely. I know we're gonna sit here and watch some matches after this live stream. Mosley is looking a bit tired, Terrell. He really is looking tired. That's the main reason that left hook to the body of Kodos. It's what he's been getting back to ever since he's been trained by Freddie Roach, and you saw it in his last fight with Delvin Rodriguez. That murderous left hook to the body is what has had him so tired here tonight, as well as missing punches when he's not in range. and that's the main reason he's looking so sluggish to you. I mean, we got 71% stamina, but that's after we was all ready to leave it out there in the ring, and we was ready to go for this chin check. Well, this time with the left uppercut. I'm feeling good. Marvel, you're great. You're a great fighter. But somebody please teach this man some defense.
I think you got a little bit of that Arachnid Soul voice thing going on there. Your voice goes like this. every time
I do the chin check.
Every time you have a little catchphrase.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. There it is. Alex, I see you keep asking for it in the comments section. Unfortunately, Marvel got knocked out. Marvel was a great opponent, though.
Damn.
He has a few things to work on, but great fight to Marvel. 144 in the comment section, but Marvel 255 on PlayStation.
I just saw that knockdown, man.
I had to go for I had to say it.
God, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. You know how sometimes guys get knocked out, and even while they're getting knocked out, they try to play it off like they're not getting knocked out? Like, that's what it looked like to me. Like, he knew he was going down, but he was trying to play it off. Like, oh.
All right, let's get War in here, because I know he keeps telling me to add him. I'm looking over here like, War Thug, where are you? Where are you, man? Maybe he's on the friends list or something? I'm not pretty sure, because I'm looking, I'm pretty sure I made room.
Yeah, I mean, we're waiting on this fight. This is like how
check times 3.
It's like how real boxing is. You sit there after a fight and then they talk for 2 hours. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, it almost feels like the event's over sometimes. Like, really? You guys talked for 23 minutes?
Right?
These guys aren't ready?
I guess they have to clear up the entrance or whatever the case may be. Young Yogi. Let's see who this is.
I guess. Maybe they just need to have 2 entrances. If a guy just got knocked out, you can help him out one entrance while you have the fighters coming down the other aisle. It's not that difficult.
God, he's really ahead of War Thug. I'm trying. I've sent you a friend request. I was able to do it. So if I'm able to send you a friend request, then we should be good. CeeLo, you have War Thug in front of you, and apparently Young Yogi, who was here 3 weeks ago. I remember this guy off of Twitter. We were supposed to have a match, but if we can't get War Thug, I send you a friend request. Add me. Add me.
Oh, I do like that name.
Get on Fight Night.
He's got Yogi in his name. That's pretty cool. Hopefully he does yoga. But well, that's what Yogi means. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking at Reese's comment. He's been Reese, I should say, has been an MMA fan for 7 to 8 years. He watches occasional boxing, but he's an MMA guy. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm an MMA wrestling guy. I do watch boxing. I do respect boxing, and I have. To me, when you respect a sport and you start watching it, that means, especially now in the age of YouTube and all of these other sites, you go back and you watch boxing and you watch people talk about boxing and you learn about these sports.
Most definitely. Like, you see me, I wasn't born back then, but how much old school boxing do I know? Took the time out to learn it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Learning the sport.
And if you really love the sport, it's not a issue. Like, it's not work for you to go back and watch some classic matches.
Yeah,
you know, that's enjoyable.
Better usually than what you're seeing nowadays anyway. Yeah, it is impossible to get up from the 5th time guy, and the 4th is super hard. I mean, you just gotta take your time. I lose it sometimes. I don't get up all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see, War Thug. Is he offline or something? Send me a game invite, man. Because I can't get you on here for some reason right now.
Okay. Now people are going to start saying you're ducking him.
Oh, yeah, I think he said he wants to fight heavyweight. I'll check right now see if he's here. Oh,
Man.
there he is.
Let me tell you, if you get the same PC controller I have, you're like, I'm holding this controller now. I'm not even playing a game just because it feels beautiful. Like, no disrespect to Sony, but you guys need to make some controllers with this kind of grip.
Oh my God, Arachnid, stop,
I'm
stop, stop,
serious.
stop.
This is just a beautiful, that beautiful hybrid Xbox PS3 controller. It's got the PlayStation 3 layout, but it's got that grip of the Xbox 360. It is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, ew. The fact you said 360.
Hey, some of these people in here who aren't playing you, it's because they're 360 people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a Sony guy. I'm not a fan of Microsoft gaming products.
Nah, I don't see you running Linux on your computer. You have that Windows going.
Yeah, I said gaming products. I don't like Windows 8 either. I was in the middle of a
Yeah.
League of Legends match yesterday and it just shut down on me. I was upset. Oh, why the Tyson? Come on, man.
And now they're trying to force me to upgrade to Windows 8.1, and I know how buggy Windows is, especially with their new stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why you gotta use Tyson though. That's the thing I'm saying. Um,
Well, you know how it is.
okay, I'm about to wing it for real. Like let's go with Kobe. I don't even care. Screw it. Get a creative fighter. Um, this is a great stream. Thank you, Terrell. We're really trying hard over here. I see him racking up here sweating bullets while he's talking. He's trying hard. I see him right over there in the window next door. So yeah, thank
Man,
you.
I told you to stop looking in my window.
Anyway,
Perverts.
Arachnid. That's the
I mean,
disrespectful. Yes, Malky and Box Night Q is the same person.
somebody send a tweet to Layla Ali and tell her to watch this so she can hear some of the stuff that Fight Night was saying about her dad earlier on.
What, she gonna come over here and beat me up because I said her father didn't like to block and use his head movement and his footwork instead?
Yeah. I mean, the
How is that
disrespect.
disrespect?
Man, it's unbelievable. You think you know somebody. You think somebody respects the sport, and then you hear some of these comments. I mean,
I didn't say the unorthodox
somebody.
approach that he brought into the ring wasn't good. I
So
just said he wasn't a good blocker.
well, we're gonna have somebody call EA and see if we can get that same treatment that Don Sterling got. See if we can get Fight Night banned for life from this game because he's over here not showing. And it was the same thing with Oscar De La Hoya, the
What, because
Golden
I said he
Boy.
didn't win his big fights? Is that a problem?
Why you have to say that though? I
Then
mean,
he retired 39-6,
oh
losing almost all his big
man,
fights.
are you still talking about Oscar? I'm trying to move on.
Well, you gonna contact Golden Boy next?
Unbelievable.
This
And
guy, yeah.
I grew up out in Cali, out in Vegas. He's on here talking about the Golden Boy. That's like talking about Andre Agassi. You don't do that around
They
people.
put a good card together last week, and they normally do. I like them a lot better than I like HBO. They ain't better than ESPN, but yeah, I like Golden Boy. But I'm saying as a fighter, Oscar was a great fighter, great offensive fighter.
All right,
Once he
okay,
learned
leave it
that
at that.
defense, he was an even
Okay,
better fighter.
you don't have to
But
say
when it
anything
came
else.
down, no,
No, you
when
don't
it
have
came
to
down
keep
to his
going.
coke and his drug addiction, and you know,
Oh man.
that's the thing that caused him to lose those big fights. Is because he wasn't right.
I mean,
I'm glad that he's clean now and he's trying to fix the things with Bob Aaron, and trying to right the wrongs of the past and try to get this whole Cold War and boxing thing over. And I like Oscar as a person. I like his fight style, but yeah, he didn't win his big fights and he didn't beat Mayweather, but he's salty about it.
I mean, you're gonna hate the guy just because he likes to drink an occasional Coca-Cola.
Oh my God, Arachnid, please.
Just because you're just like how you're a Sony guy, just because you're a Pepsi guy, you gotta hate on somebody.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Coke.
Unbelievable.
I've been drinking a lot of Coke lately because that's all they sell in school is Coke. But it's like, man, if I could get me a nice Pepsi right now, or besides Pepsi and Coke, I like Dr. Pepper better than both of them. I'm just saying. But if I could get me a nice Pepsi right now instead of this bum Coke, unless if it's the Coca-Cola with the bears on the can, I like that can a lot. That was a great design. Whoever made that commercial, plus up to you. But other than that, man, I don't want to drink no damn Coke.
I don't even drink soda. I mean, I really don't understand how people put that shit into their body,
Oh my
but
God, arachnid.
I'm serious. I used to drink soda,
It don't matter. I
but
work it off.
yeah, you're gonna work that sugar off. All
I
right.
do. You can work sugar off.
All right. Oh,
This
I
guy
don't
right
know.
here.
I mean, the fact that they shouldn't even be selling that in schools. They might as well start
Let's
selling
talk about this
cigarettes.
because Chad Ochocinco, wide receiver, who used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals, he's in the CFL league right now, Canadian Football League. So shout out to Red Eye Jedi and everybody else from Canada. Um, he eats whatever it is that he wants. How the hell am I at 79%
Uh,
stamina already? But it's only round two. What's up with y'all in these 3 minute rounds? Like for real. But the 3 minute rounds is ridiculous. But Ocho Cinco eats whatever that he wants. He goes has McDonald's in the morning. You know, he has McDonald's after he eats, after he works out and everything, but he works it off, so it doesn't matter. If you look at Floyd in that Showtime All Access episode number 2 between him and Maidana, he eats hamburgers and
oh
stuff
my
like that after he's
God.
done. I mean, for him, it's because he has to keep his weight up because he's having a hard time just getting towards. I think this fight is at 154. It might be at no, I think it's at 147. It's either at 147 or at 154. But he has to do that to keep his weight up. But you know, fighters like that, they eat like that if they want to, and they do perfectly fine on the weight. And then they work it off, and they don't have diabetes
Okay.
or as the
Listen.
southern people say, diabetes. You know, we can talk about this. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with eating the way you want to as long as you're gonna work it off.
Well, who better to talk to about this? I mean, I'm a nutritionist, right? I'm a personal trainer. Who better to talk to about this? So when you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, and for anybody out there who's trying to put on healthy weight, um, yeah, you're going to need a certain amount of calories because you're going to burn a lot of calories in the gym and when you're outside running. You're going to need that
That's what I do.
that
Running.
that 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight every day at least to make sure that your muscle recovers and that your muscles are getting the branch chain amino acids they need. I understand this, but over time, just drinking sugar water that's been carbonated and eating fast food, it's not going to do you any favors.
I mean, I drink plenty of water. I do everything else, but I'm saying, you know, I like me some soda. Is that a problem?
Yeah, that's a problem. You
Doing
want
that
to
Mayor
go?
Bloomberg stuff where you wanna limit
I
people's
was I
portion
was all
sizes?
for it. I was all
Oh my
when
god!
Bloomberg said I was all for it. You
Let
know
people
what?
control and choose what it is that they want
They
to
can
put in their
control
stomach.
it. They could control it. You buy two drinks.
Yeah, either
You
way,
know,
it's just like, what's the point? It's the same thing as me having that large or that extra large.
see, okay, this is the thing. And if I'm talking to Jabbar or I'm talking to Reese or anybody in another country who's ever visited the United States and you see how big these cups are, they're buckets.
Yeah,
It is disgusting what
that's
we're doing
not.
to these little kids. These little kids, give your kid some real food. The baby just got his first tooth and you got some Mountain Dew and a straw and some macaroni and
Okay, I'm
cheese.
not saying feed that to a baby, but I'm saying arachnid. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with a little soda. Like, jeez.
Occasionally, but I mean, when it's all you're drinking and
I'm
you're
not saying
drinking,
it's all I'm drinking, but God.
and, the funny thing is, you've got a cat, right? Now, this is the thing that always makes me laugh. People are eating this horrible food, and they have a cat or a dog, and somebody says, "Why don't you give some of that to the cat?" And they say, "Oh, well, we can't give it to the cat; it'll kill the cat."
So what is it gonna do to you?
Exactly. So the dog can't have it, the cat can't have it, but you can just. Uh,
I guess that's how it works. I haven't checked the comment section in a while. He's not spamming a lot. We got people pulling out that spam hammer. Finest should fight smart because Tyson is a spammer. Arachnid, you are hilarious. The first round will tell you if Tyson is a spammer. If you hit them just right, they'll piss blood for days. God, what the hell are y'all talking about? Hold on. God, people is upset right now. Arachnid so knows I know MMA. Uh,
Man, you're way back in the comments.
Yeah, I gotta go way back. What effect does the liver blow have? Oh, that Mickey wore liver blow. You
Yeah.
want to talk about the liver blow? That liver blow will literally put a guy out of commission. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to. I need to. I need to keep reading this comment section because I'm so far behind.
Well, I
Until
mean,
it's getting
you,
the life sucked right out of you for a few seconds like a deflating balloon. God, he's not spamming a lot. He seems fine to me. Then let's see who gets knocked out first. I'm not getting knocked out. Um, that's all you got, man. I'm not looking at the screen. Keep punching.
dude.
I'm just focusing on the gameplay. I don't know what they're talking about. We're talking about just a bunch of different stuff.
Dude.
Get Ali. What y'all want me to get beat up for later by Layla Ali for? If you
Oh man,
hit them.
yeah, I see Red Eyes talking about in this country you can get a liter of cola, dude. You can get 2 liters is the average in this country.
2 liters. I come with the 3.
I mean, it is. We were talking to Chaos, and he was saying that they would get what, like a half liter or something. That'd be
Yeah.
good for a whole family that just ordered a pizza.
Yeah.
Here,
Remember about
dude.
the IHOP trip and the pancakes?
Oh my God, that should be a reality show. Foreign people coming to the United States and looking at our food portions.
I think that would be a great idea. Can I
I
act
mean,
like a foreign person? I could put on a good Pacquiao impersonation.
our plates are even bigger. You know what they call a United States size plate in another country? They call that a platter. That's like one of our. Oh man,
Hey,
in
you
this
ever order Chinese food in New York and what a platter is?
yeah. Well, that's a little bit different. The poo poo platter, and you hope they don't take it too literally. But
Wow.
anyway, you go to another country and they have that big meal and they've got that platter in the middle of the table. They got a bunch of different stuff. They've got a Cornish game hen. They've got some yams, some different stuff. Everyone, 5 people eating off that platter. Here, everybody's got their own platter. You ever see Thanksgiving here in this country? Some of the
Yeah.
Oh my God, people piling up the mashed potatoes. Then they put the gravy on there, sprinkle some salt, a little black pepper. They
Goddamn
put the
mashed potatoes. Let me tell you what Thanksgiving or Easter or any of those holidays is. You're gonna get you some collard greens. You gotta have your greens. Get some macaroni and cheese. Get all that rice with the beans in it. I mean, if it's Thanksgiving, you're gonna have that turkey, or if it's Easter, you can have yourself some barbecue chicken, some curry goat. I mean, you can really mix this up here. That sweet potato pie with the whipped cream for dinner, and that's only an appetizer. You got to get that cranberry sauce in there as well. Man, that's food right there.
No,
That's
I'm
soul
sorry.
food.
I'm sorry. I'm not really down with the cranberry sauce. Like I understand it's the end of, November and everything, but when else is it okay for me to put candy on my chicken?
What,
I'm
cranberry
just
sauce is candy?
Yeah, that's like, what is that, like Jello? Come on.
Cranberry sauce is on point. Question
No.
for everyone watching. Do you think a guy can actively smoke cigarettes and still manage to be a pro boxer? And if not, do you think a person who used to smoke cigarettes can be? Yes, you can.
Yep.
What is this guy's name? El Untouchable. Nico Royce. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Dude used to put his hands on his knees. Literally put his hands on his knees and dodge punches. That dude smoked in between rounds, came back and still smoked guys in the fight. Jake LaMotta also did smoke cigarettes. Yeah, you are correct about that.
Well,
Used to. I mean, it's all how you're gonna look on it and how often you're gonna do it. If you're a heavy smoker, I don't think that would be a good idea. But if you're having the occasional smoke, I don't see why you couldn't.
yeah, but you're just making it that much harder for yourself. I mean,
Though.
you literally are filling up your lungs. Man, I sound like Mr. Health today. Like the beat.
Yeah, you up here talking about portion size and nutrition facts and
Oh
putting
God.
soda into your body's disgusting and.
I mean, okay, so you literally are filling up your lungs with ash. Like you're lessening your lung capacity when you're smoking cigarettes. So your lungs can hold less oxygen. Why would you want to do anything like that if you're a boxer?
You shouldn't smoke anything and try to do a sport, in all honesty. Whether, I don't care if it's cigarettes, cigars, or weed, don't smoke and try to do Don't don't smoke and try to do any sport. It's a dumb idea.
Well, let me say this though, because I have to. Okay. So you don't actually have to smoke weed. I know people think like, oh, you got to smoke it. You can
No,
eat the.
I'm not
Yeah, but
saying that, but you understand exactly what it is I'm saying. Like, don't smoke and try to do a professional sport.
I'm not going to agree with that. I think some of the really good athletes we've seen in different sports have been pot smokers.
I'm
In
saying you
fact,
shouldn't do it because it makes it hard on yourself, regardless.
I'm not even going to agree with that. I think it
It's true
actually,
though.
I think it actually can make it easier because think
Oh my
about
god.
this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead with this. When you're a professional athlete, there's a couple of things you might have to do. Maybe you have a hard time keeping your weight up, like Floyd Mayweather was saying. A little bit of pot might give you the munchies. You might have a little bit easier time taking in 300 grams of protein, 6,000 calories a day, and having 6 or 7 meals. At the same time, when you go to the gym, you're going to be sore because you've been working out muscles and you want to be sore because it tells you your muscles healing and there's no point in working out again. Whereas if you smoke a little bit of weed, the muscle soreness goes away. And as long as you know to take that 36 hours off or whatever, you can actually have a more enjoyable life. It won't hurt you athletically. It's not going to do anything to kill you or anything else. So I think there are benefits to it.
Do you do a professional sport? I did some track in high school, earlier. So yeah, technically yes. It's not a good idea though to. I don't think it is. Nick Diaz smokes weed and has some of the best cardio. I don't know why. Don't. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm saying it's gonna make it hard on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking at these comments right now, like smoke weed and work out. Oh my god, what are you encouraging
Dude,
people to do? Like you
I
guys are
mean,
ridiculous.
a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger did that. You think about who was that swimmer Phelps? They caught him. How many gold medals did he win? And they're like, he smokes pot. So at
So does
first they
Julio
were,
Cesar Chavez Jr. His look at his conditioning. His is horrible. Like there's athletes out there where you could say it does have a negative effect.
yeah, but okay. Here's the other thing: you could actually heat up pot in a vaporizer, inhale the
Oh
THC. You're not inhaling
God.
any of the plant fibers. It's one of those things where, listen, you're going to be in pain a lot of the time from competing in pro sports. And why is it okay or more okay to say take these somas, which are muscle relaxers, which will also
I don't
relax
agree
your
with any
heart?
of that neither. You
But
shouldn't
wait
be
a
taking
minute.
no supplements or anything.
But what I'm saying is people are going to be sore, people are going to be in pain. There's all sorts of stuff they can get over the counter or maybe not even over the counter. And it's so much more harmful, not only for their health, but also for their long term career in a sport than smoking weed. Yet somehow weed is villainized and sometimes said it's going to kill you. And then on the other hand, it said it's a performance enhancer.
I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't say you use any of it. Even the people who use like supplements and vitamins in order to try to help them gain weight. If you don't keep all that stuff on and you don't constantly keep working out, you're gonna find out you're gonna start looking real sloppy the minute you stop, and that all that extra skin that you're gonna have hanging, and all the nasty side effects that you can have from taking those supplements and things of the sort. It is honestly isn't worth it. Just keep working out, do it naturally, do it the way it was intended, and you'll find good results as we put him down onto the canvas for the third time. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
smoking is good for fighters' health. It will slow them down and they can possibly develop cancer. Absolutely, Terrell. I got somebody backing me. Oh yeah, like
he's talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
he's talking about cigarettes, and of course I agree with that.
yeah. I agree with this right hook. I didn't say it earlier, but I'm gonna say it now. Get cold
Wait a
clock.
minute.
There it
Wait
is.
a
There's the
wait a minute.
knockdown. What?
Uh,
How you gonna ruin
uh
the catchphrase?
oh, I'm sorry.
How?
Go ahead.
I wanna,
Go
I
ahead.
wanna
Do
see
it
you
again.
guys. I
Go
want to see
wait.
you guys. No, 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 no. I want to see you guys jump on Arachnid for that. He interrupted a classic.
I'm sorry. Velvet Sky was getting in the ring. You were about to say you'd let the pigeons loose. Go ahead.
Oh my God, no! It's too late. He ruined it for you guys.
Anyway, I mean, there's some. I don't know why we're talking about so much weed, but anyway, No, I actually don't smoke it, Marble, but I'm very pro it. I think it should be legalized everywhere. I have no issue with it, and they're even giving it to children now to treat medical conditions, and they're seeing, hey, these kids have no side effects, and now they don't have seizures anymore. But in any case, let's move on. We'll do a whole podcast on weed one day.
Yeah, why not? There's obviously a lot of people who can come in and say stuff about it. Weed is a popular thing now these days, and so is knockouts. As we end up winning this fight by knockout, these 3-minute fights, it's great, but you gotta box really well and gotta conserve that stamina. That's the end of the fight. I think I'm gonna call it into the stream as well. It's 10:30. We already went over 30 minutes of where we were supposed to be.
Yeah. Was that it? Was there one more that you had to fight?
No, that he was the last person, and CeeLo wanted to fight, and also I think Alex wanted to fight as well, but I can't do that right now.
I can't believe he was the last. He was the last person. You knocked him out, and you didn't even attempt to do your catchphrase.
It's because you already ruined the feeling of doing it from earlier. It's already too late. Everybody blame Arachnid for this. If I don't stream Thursday, it's because of Arachnid. I'm blaming complete blame on Arachnid.
So we've got Ezio asking me, do I think all drugs should be legalized? Okay. First of all, weed is not a drug. It is a plant. It's like roses in your garden. It is. I really don't care what anyone does with their body, but certainly if you're doing something that's not even harming you, it's like, why do I care? Go for it.
Like anything you want to do, I feel like you have the right to do it. It's your body. You deal with the side effects. If you want to ruin other people's lives that are connected to you because of what it is that you're doing, and hey, well, go more power to you.
But
like, do whatever you want to do.
The only reason you would ruin someone else's life because you're smoking weed is because the laws are completely bullshit. They're completely racist, by the way, and they make no sense.
Well, like I said, this is a debatable topic for another time. I'm going to stop streaming now. I want to thank everybody for coming out to watch the stream. All the people who left comments, all the people who just sat there and watched like usual. That's perfectly fine as well. Next Tuesday, same time, 8 o'clock p.m. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as well. Those are the days that we stream. Arachnid, I'm not sure if he's going to come this Thursday. I'm not sure. I might be busy that day, but Thursday's kind of hectic for me. All right, so remember, follow him on Twitter. Also follow myself on Twitter. Mine's bottom right hand corner of your screen. His bottom left hand corner of your screen. It's been your boy, Fight Night's Finest, the Sofa Commentator, and I'm off this. Peace.